Greetings. I'm doing great. I'm great. Yourself?
Didn't know about the checkmark thing. Good call.
Yes. Yeah.
Hello.
Oh
Hello.
my goodness.
Going.
How is everyone
How's it
doing?
going? Chilling.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. Oh, on camera.
Is Carl tech?
He's Lord Bio.
Yeah, you guys sound the same.
What?
You guys sound similar.
No, we do not. Well, yeah. Make a more masculine, cooler voice. That would be me. Alexa, turn on office.
Okay. Everyone's in. Looks like. So let me make sure I have make sure who I know who everyone is. John, you're John, so that's easy to tell for the username.
Hello. Hey Jack.
I am Jack. I will be your game master for this adventure.
Okay.
I have been playing TTRPGs in general for about 24 years. And 20 of those have been DMing games, all different types of games, D&D, Pathfinder, other games, Vampire and Lancer, Cyberpunk. If you have any questions regarding any of the rules at any time, please feel free to ask. If you have any questions about, how you think how it's going to go, if you want to have any questions about, playing the game, using the tabletop, or if you need any other general questions, stop me anytime and ask.
And when we're playing a game, if we wanted to, if our character was doing something sneaky or we wanted to pre-arrange something, can we message you directly or privately? I know we have to do the pretend we don't know certain things.
Right.
Sometimes I'm here, John, planning something with you that, that my character is not supposed to know. But is there are we able to also pre-arrange things or message you directly saying, hey, my character is on the side going to do this, so that, whenever it happens, it's more of a surprise?
Yes. So if you would like to discuss something in private with me, you can go ahead and DM me, and we can discuss that. Absolutely. If you're if
John or whatever, yeah. I'm gonna shank John on the side. I don't want him to know it's coming.
Yeah. And kind of interactions, kind of stuff can happen. So if you're interested in having some type of thing happen with your character and you want to talk about that privately before it happens, yeah, we can absolutely do that. If you also want to discuss it openly, with the group about have things, that's fine. It's called out of game knowledge, basically. If the player knows something and the character doesn't, and typically it's I have my cat trying to walk across my keyboard. Sorry. And so it's typically frowned upon, to use that information if you do know it, to have your characters act upon it. I apologize. I gotta get this cat out of here.
Okay, no worries.
Okay. Where did?
How you doing, Paul?
How's it been, Ralph?
I haven't seen you in forever.
I know.
Yeah.
Carl? Oh, Ralph. Remember Ralph, bro? That's not Ralph.
What do you mean?
You're not. Are you sure you're Ralph? Because you don't look anything like the Ralph I remember.
Dude, I'm old. I'm almost 40 years old. I have a kid. When you saw me, I was like, how old was I?
19. Probably. I don't know. Florida, probably last time I saw you. I haven't seen you in Carolina, so yeah, I only saw you in Florida. And I haven't been in Florida in a decade? Wow, at least.
Yeah,
Hey, how'd you do with the wind and rain?
dude. You forgot obviously, but you're just used to it. A tropical storm here is like nothing. Another day.
Yeah. Weather is just
But
weather.
Tampa got screwed up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, up north. Yeah, it's a lot of water over there. And actually, surprisingly, I hear North Carolina got messed up in some
But
areas.
that's right? Asheville, right?
Yeah, Asheville. Yeah, Lake Lore, Chimney Rock. All got really hard. Okay, so what names should I use for Lord Bio and Tech Glitch here?
My character's name will be Lochin.
Are we
Lochin.
talking about characters? Or are we playing about our real names?
Well, players for now. Sorry, player name.
So player
player name.
What's called my name is Carl, and
Carl,
Tech Glitch
okay.
is Paul.
Oh, okay.
I am Paul.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet all of you. I'm sending each of you, I'm DMing each of you a password right now. If you go to the link that I have posted in the kitchen table, jack.con.house, that will take you to my Foundry server.
Wait, where's the chat on this? Is there a channel? I know in
Yes.
the game table is...
Yeah. Yep, the kitchen table is a text channel, the kitchen table.
You mean the game table?
Oh,
the kitchen
No, the text
on the
channel.
left.
Text channel.
Click
Yeah.
on what's it called? Click on jack.com/house.game and say he'll team us a password.
What? Okay, I have voice channels at the game chat table, and then on the left I see text channel, the kitchen table. But there's no text on the kitchen table yet. Oh, except for jack.con.house/game. You want me to go that URL?
Yes, that URL. Yep, that's it.
Okay. Sweet. Join game session. All right. And you said you're going to send us a message?
Yes, and then yes. Yep, everyone will be being sent. I'm going to DM everyone the passwords right now.
I've probably got to install the native Discord app. Right now I'm in Linux, so I'm using it through the browser. Come on.
I haven't seen the password. Oh, got it.
Once
Okay,
I'm there, Jack, do you want me to click anything here?
Yeah,
Like
so once you enter, it should pop up to ask you if you want to set up your player. You can set your name.
Player name, player avatar.
Yep. Then you'll just select, and then near the bottom of that little pop up, it'll ask you. It'll be like a selection of characters. There should only be one option. There should just be a character with your name, and you can if you just select that, it'll apply. It'll make that your active character.
Does it matter the color?
It doesn't matter what color you use. You can choose whatever color you want. Yep.
I didn't. Did you text me? I don't see a message.
Oh, I thought I did, but maybe I made a mistake.
Yeah, it's
a DM. It'll be a DM in Discord.
There it is. I don't know why it didn't show. Okay, because on the left I was normally only seeing voice channels and text channels, but I didn't actually see direct messages. But now that I sent you a test message, it changed my interface. Figures. I'm way smarter than John and Carl, and yet I'm fighting with the interface. All right. Let's see now. Direct messages. Oh, okay. What an annoying interface. I'm so used to Slack.
Slack? Never used Slack.
Yeah, both my jobs use Slack, so.
Okay. Let's see here. Where are we at? Okay. So everyone is in. It looks like everyone has got in. Is everyone loaded in? Do you see the Curse of Strahd flash art or splash art?
Yes.
And it says game pause with a swirling clock.
Player character. I guess I set my name, select an actor from which to have the least observer permissions. I don't know what that. I'm just going to do Paul, player character.
Yeah. Select. Yep.
Show
Yeah, you
effects
want to select.
panel.
Yep, just select the one with your name on it. Should work fine.
Alrighty then.
Okay. Once you have, everyone has selected a character. Good. Okay. Now, has anyone? I know that Rafa said he started working on a character. Has anyone else done anything as far as building a character, or at least coming up with character ideas yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Character ideas, but actually starting to build the character now.
Okay. Not a problem. I'm
a half elf ranger, so.
What's called?
Half elf ranger.
What's called?
Yes.
The Pathfinder rule set, mostly from Wrath of the Righteous. So.
Okay. Yeah, that's Pathfinder 1E. That's the older system. So there's some overlap, but yeah, there's some big difference. There are some big differences, but for the most part, one of the things I like, as I was explaining earlier, I was here. One of the things I really like about Foundry is that it takes a lot of the heavy lifting as far as the rule set and automates it. So for the most part during play, you don't have to worry about how the different conditions work and apply, factoring and determining if you hit. The tabletop will take care of all that calculation. So it makes running things and understanding things a lot faster. So if you have just a basic understanding of how the rules work, it'll make things a little bit easier. But even that's not really necessarily a requirement. But it will help. I think right now it would be. Let's see. Let me go over real quick before we get actually into working on the characters. Let me go over a couple other things I want to make sure that everyone is aware of. So I plan on using 2 types of safety tools. There are lines and veils, which is a form. If you go to the safety tools text channel in Discord, you can go ahead and click on the form there, and you can send to me privately any lines or veils. So lines are boundaries that you feel like you don't want content in the game you don't want to be there. And a veil is content that as long as it's not explicit or things are like kind of cut to black or behind a curtain, if you will, that it's fine that it kind of be touched on but not explicitly done.
Can you give me some examples? Like what are example veils that you've heard of before? Maybe, or other dungeon masters have dealt with? Because I'm not quite sure, what they put there.
So basically anything, so any kind of themes or things that might people feel like, or it might be a trigger for them, or that might make them feel very uncomfortable. So just to give you an idea, these are themes that are present. Although most of them are not, because this is written by Dungeons & Dragons, it's written by Wizards of the Coast, most of these are not explicitly done in detail, but they are technically touched on in the module. Most of them are veiled. Some of them are a little bit more out there. But just so here are the themes that are within the module. Child abuse and death, torture and mutilation, mind control, implied incest, stalking and symbolic sexual assault, suicide, drug addiction, body horror, and racism. So those are content that exist. It's, touched on, those themes exist within the world. If any of those are things that you just absolutely do not want to have even the potential to be dealt with, that would be a line. You do not want that to touch the campaign. And that's fine. I just, we work to remove those elements from it. If any of those feel like I just really want to make sure that none of those are in any way explicitly done. Just it's always kind of a background thing. It's very much kind of alluded to, or anytime something would just be kind of as I had kind of very much in the background. I don't know how a better way to phrase that, but so if any, so that's the general concept there. If you don't feel or don't think that any of those are going to be a problem, then that's totally fine as well. And if at any time, while we're playing, those, something does start to make you feel uncomfortable, a secondary safety tool, a more in the moment tool, you can always change your lines and veils. Also, that's lines and veils can be updated. So if you decide later on, maybe I think I want to make a line or a veil, go ahead and do that later on. But in the moment while we're playing, to make it a little bit easier, because writing lines and veils is kind of a little bit difficult to just in the moment do. I also will implement the X, N, and O card system, and there's a little bit of description in there in the safety tools text channel that explains how they work. Just while we're playing, I will have the safety tools text channel open. My recommendation is for everyone to have that open, although it's not necessary. It's mostly necessary for me, but it wouldn't be a bad idea for everyone else if you can't have it, to have it be visible. And I've created stickers. So if you know on Discord how to post stickers, if not, there's a little symbol where you type the chats. It looks like a little smiley face in a box. If you click that, it'll open up the stickers menu, and you can select the X, N, or O card, and then that'll just post it like that. X cards are like basically you're creating a line right then and there. You're saying, this content makes me feel very uncomfortable. Let's please not continue down this discussion or this
What's the game
content.
name?
I'm sorry?
What's the game name? Is it Curse of Strahd or
Curse of Strahd? Yeah. The name of the game is Curse of Strahd. Is Ravenloft Curse of Strahd.
Okay, I didn't know since you have like different games and stuff, like if it should be like if you put a specific name or whatever to this particular session.
Oh yeah. So this is just technically the module is I think the module is just Curse of Strahd. I made it Ravenloft Curse of Strahd. I added the extra. Is Ravenloft. I don't think Ravenloft's actually in the title. But I just kept it with the name of the actual, for the most part, name of the module.
Okay, and for session time, should I put 9 p.m. since you're East Coast?
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Sounds like good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Real
Okay.
quick.
Yes.
Jack, Paul, and Carl. Hoff and I were talking about it earlier. We'll see how this couple sessions go. But Hoff and I said maybe we could, if we move it an hour earlier to like 8 p.m. Eastern. I know it's earlier for you guys, 5 p.m. But we'll just play it by ear because I know you guys are on Pacific Coast. That's why we did it. So for now, it's 9 p.m.
Is it too late for you guys right now? Is it a little too late for you guys?
Just because if it's 4 hours, it would go to 1 a.m. is the only thing.
On a Sunday night, like till Monday for work, a little rough.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I mean, getting here, I do appreciate you trying to accommodate, our time zone. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I might be able to move it an hour earlier. It was, maybe, especially if it's every other week.
Yeah. And Jack, obviously that works for you, and then Carl.
Yes.
On you too.
Yeah, I have no problem with 8.
Okay. We don't have to decide now, or if we want to officially make it 8 o'clock on 2 weeks from now, it's fine. Either way, it's fine.
If everyone's fine to give it a try, we can just go ahead and try and set it for 8 in 2 weeks on the 13th.
We'll see as it comes closer because it's easier for us, or at least for me.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Not a problem. Understood. So. Okay, so I guess for now we'll keep it at 9.
Yeah.
But if we can move it, then we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Sounds good.
Okay, so for now we'll keep it at 9. Okay, understood.
Split the difference? Go 1 half hour earlier?
That might split the difference.
So 8:30.
I can do Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I mean, 5:30 to like plus 4 hours. So yeah, I mean, I can do 5:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. my time. So at least for you guys, it would never push beyond 12:30 a.m. Still giving you at least 7 hours of sleep.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Sounds good.
So 8:30. So 8:30 it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Confirmed.
Perfect.
And lock.
Let's see. Okay, so for the X and O cards, so the X cards, as I said, was basically that's immediately in the moment creating a line. You want to stop continuing on that course of content. We immediately in the moment change direction. N is basically like setting a immediate veil. You're saying this looks like it could be going in a direction I'm not particularly comfortable with. Let's go ahead and maybe see if we can't fade this out and move in a different direction, or maybe just kind of keep things less explicit. And then
I asked a general question. Did any of you guys have veils? Did anybody have a veil?
No.
Or a line?
I'm good with anything, honestly.
Yeah, I'm good with anything too.
And I mean, I had a minor one, but it wasn't that big of a deal. But I already mentioned, it just seems like, I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. So when you kept mentioning, I was like, oh, I mean, yeah, mine was simple enough. Like, just don't go too much on the child abuse or whatever, because I have children. So
Understood.
And also,
yeah,
it was like, and racism, it just pisses me off. I don't like racism in general.
yeah.
That's why I have a hard time playing.
Yeah.
Because all the racism in Warhammer pisses me off.
Yeah.
So it's just
totally get it. Totally appreciate it. I will emphasize that as a general rule, and play your characters how you want to play your characters. This is the Curse of Strahd Ravenloft is a dark setting, and tends to, and does characters in that setting tend to be a little bit darker in their backgrounds. But that being said, the intention of pretty much any D&D module, the way they're written, is that your characters are generally supposed to, even if you come from a flawed place, the idea is you're working towards being the heroes of the story. So while these things are happening around you, and may in fact impact or affect your character, typically the way those stories are written and designed to go is that your characters are fighting against those things.
That's the murder hobos.
Yeah. So, and yes.
murder hobos.
That's the murder hobos. A
Yeah.
particular type of players are called murder hobos because they want to kill everything.
Yeah.
Oh, can we play a bunch of murder hobos? I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, like I said, you can play your characters how you would like. The world here that you're going to be entering into, like I said, it is a dark setting. A lot of bad things happen to good people in this setting, and it's up to the players to either to rise above that and be the heroes, or succumb and start wreaking havoc in their own way. So
we choose our destiny, right?
exactly. So let's see here. From there, let's see. So some expectations for the setting and for the game. The tone. Embrace a dark fantasy setting. So it's best if you create characters with, as I was saying before, like with heroic hearts or the potential to grow into true heroes when faced with life or death situations. And cooperation and collaboration will be a big part of this and a key to surviving in the Ravenloft. Themes. It is a Gothic horror landscape. So prepare for your characters to confront their own regrets, traumas, flaws, and fears, and having an enhanced overall atmosphere of tension for the campaign. There is a lot of rich lore in this world and in this setting. You can engage with that as much as you want or as little as you want. So if if the characters actively look into and attempt to dig deeper into asking NPCs questions or searching for clues or details in the environment, most of the time that will be rewarded with finding out a deeper understanding of what's happening around you. You could also, and like I said, you can engage with that what you want. So if you also just, for the most part, just go around and just kind of complete things and you don't really understand why, hey, that's also up to you. Tactics. Treading carefully in this world, in the land of Ravenloft, is very important. There are allies all around. Some of them are going to be not immediately visible, and some may seem like enemies. So understanding that and keeping kind of considering who you interact with and who you try to befriend will be important. Role playing. There's a lot of role play opportunity in this campaign. Like I said, there's a lot of NPCs, a lot of characters who you will have the chance to interact with. And your engagement with that is entirely up to you. But the more that you engage with them, the more that you will understand each of those characters' emotional grounding in the story and in the world. Most of them, in some way, play a part. So even if it's a small part, it builds upon the greater world and the tragedy that is unfolding in the story.
Tragedy?
Yeah. So yeah, there's sorry, go ahead.
Ravenloft's a notoriously dark. Think of it as almost every horror setting trope you've ever heard of. It takes some place in Ravenloft. But yes, there's a lot of tragedy and a lot of it's a horror. It's a Gothic horror setting, Ravenloft. So yes, if that makes any setting to you, what's called any sense to you at all.
Okay.
There is no happy ending. There is no happy endings in Ravenloft, and if there was ever a happy ending in Ravenloft, that person usually is immediately rejected from the realm. Realm will literally send them back to where they came from.
Very true. Even most victories in Ravenloft are bittersweet. There's always
there is no happy ending, and even the powers or things that you would think of, or what's it called, or know what's going on, or the powerful people of Ravenloft are just toys to the realm itself.
Yep, exactly.
The realm really is a dark setting.
Yes.
All I'm going to say.
Yeah, and you'll have the opportunities to learn a lot more about this specific section, because we'll be playing in the Curse of Strahd. The Curse of Strahd, it takes place in a land called Barovia. It's one of I don't want to get too deep into the weeds here, but it is only one of the actual planes that exist in Ravenloft. It's the original one.
But yes, it is only one of the realms. It's only one of the realms on Ravenloft. It is the quote unquote the main realm, but it is only one of the many realms. Right. And each of the realms have their own little horror settings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like I said, I don't want to get too deep in the weeds on that right now, but yeah, there's a lot. It's been around. Ravenloft, I think the original Ravenloft campaign or adventure module was written in the late 80s, and they've just been building on that lore since. So there's several decades of history in this setting.
I have no idea what's going on, but okay.
Yeah, no, it's good.
You'll learn more about it, bro. Just don't expect anything to be happy endings. Don't expect us to be the heroes and save the day and everything is suddenly all good. Good. That's all he's trying to say is. Yeah. Don't expect everything to go well. It's not a fairy tale. Yeah. It's if it's a fairy tale, it's a Grimm's fairy tale. Fairy tale, meaning
very grim.
What's it called? Yeah.
Yes, not understanding the world is totally fine. In fact, I don't want to say I don't want to give judgment like it's good or bad, but not knowing the world, since your characters are going to come in here for the most part not knowing where they are or anything about it. The player will be learning with the character about the world. So you'll be learning the world as your character is in the same way. So nothing wrong with that at all. see. Okay, so the narrative has a clear path to begin with, but very quickly, this is a sandbox module. It's one of the reasons why this is a long campaign. It's 10 levels, but those 10 levels could take quite a while to get through. As a sandbox, as the players, you will have a lot of control over where you want to go. Excuse me. And which directions we end up ultimately going here. So I estimate this is based just on having gone over the modules and running games in the past. I would estimate that to get through the entirety of this campaign will take at minimum 40 sessions. That would be the minimum, and it could be more than that.
Jack said that we can take these characters when we're done to another journey if we want to. So it doesn't stop at level 10 or whenever this is done.
Correct. Yes. So no matter how long this takes, once we finish, if everyone wants to continue playing, and you want to still play the same characters and continue those character stories, absolutely, we can progress on. This doesn't have to wrap with these characters. Now, technically speaking, there are means where that wouldn't necessarily be work, because there are ways in which this module ends where the players don't succeed. So that is legitimately a possibility.
Yeah, Jack, it's okay. We're gonna have a cleric. We should be fine.
Yeah. I mean, even having a healer, doesn't necessarily guarantee you success in Ravenloft.
Gotcha.
It guarantees that you probably won't die, but death isn't the only thing that can happen to cause you to end up not succeeding or being effectively trapped forever, in the mist.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
Why is our cleric running back to town?
we're screaming.
So, okay. So the initial hook for your characters, take this into account as far as applying it to your initial like how you gonna approach your character building. It's a very broad and open thing, so it doesn't really flavor your characters in any way. It's mostly just like being generic adventurers. So your characters are mercenaries currently in the city of Daggerford. That is a city on the Sword Coast on the Sword Coast of the planet of Faerun. You've been hired. I'm sorry. What was that?
Location we
are. Daggerford.
Okay.
Daggerford.
Daggerford.
Sorry, taking notes.
Yeah, no problem. Daggerford. Daggerford. Yep. Daggerford.
Make it some Daggerdale.
Daggerdale.
Oh, no, Daggerdale and then Faerun.
It's on the sword. Daggerford. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Sorry. Okay. You have been hired to investigate reports of several disappearances, with rumors linking them to a mysterious old manor house that the locals call the Death House.
Sure, it's fine.
Who hired us?
Yeah.
You were hired by a local minister who wants these reports dealt with.
To investigate disappearances.
Yep, disappearance.
In a local house.
Yep.
Nicknamed the Death House.
The Death House. Yep.
Like I said, sounds completely.
Pretty.
There's no issues.
Pretty straightforward. That house is.
Death House.
Explains exactly.
No problems.
Yeah, not a problem at all. Look, go straightforward.
But of course, we said yes to this mission.
Yeah,
right?
of course we said yes to this. Investigating the death house is completely, like I said, completely.
Immediately said yes. Everybody.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
But
Probably need the coin.
I mean, don't we create our characters first, or are we just running into this?
No, yeah. So you're gonna create your character. I'm just giving you the hook so that you're aware of what the hook is. If you want to work that into anything with about your characters at all. So you're starting out as a mercenaries, and really the word mercenary, I mean, just you could also your adventurers. Your adventurers who's been hired to look into these appearances.
So Jack,
Yep.
So I was talking to John, and he was wondering how he wanted to build his character, and we knew that we were going to go into this dark sort of world, and so obviously light powers and those or fighting against undead or something like that would probably be beneficial. Do you think John should build like that, or should he just what do you think?
I don't want to use the word should. I think you should build the character that you'll have fun playing. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Right. That's right.
This setting. The setting is dark. If there are characters who are particularly good at fighting the undead, I'm not going to lie, that is beneficial, but it's not required by any means. And it's not, and will not always be beneficial. There are undead here, but there's also other types of creatures too, lycanthropes, humans. Predominantly humans. The land of Barovia is pretty much human. For a fantasy setting, there's very few elves, dwarves. They pretty much don't exist in Barovia. Now, that's not to say that they don't exist. They do exist, but those that are there, they're adventurers who have been sucked in.
The realm.
Exactly.
What's it called? There is no natural elves or natural dwarves born in Barovia. There are a few, but it's just like a lot of citizens in Barovia, meaning they're brought in from other realms. Like where we're in is called Forgotten Realms. And so we don't start off in Barovia. We're not starting off in Barovia, but something's going to happen where our characters are transported to Barovia, where that setting is. But that's why they're so rare, is because they're not natural. They're not natural citizens. They're not natural denizens. They're just brought there by the dark powers of Barovia, basically.
Correct.
Just to screw with them in some way, shape, or form. Just like we're going to be brought over by the dark powers of Barovia, just to screw with us some way, shape, or form.
Barovia is the name of the land that you'll be entering. It is the realm. For lack of a better, we'll just call it. It is the realm of Ravenloft. So,
the realm, the primary realm. It's the oldest realm. When Ravenloft was first created, way back when, it was Barovia was the only realm when Ravenloft was first created.
Okay, and put this in a term. Is that like a continent? Is that like a state?
It's a valley. It is a valley, actually. It is a valley, and it's a country, and it was a country. That was
word was.
Yeah, was, yes.
Okay. And was a country.
Yes.
So it's a very big valley if it was a country, which means it has different states and cities. Or
it's a relatively small location overall, actually. In terms of settings, it's actually not very big.
So it's kind of like, it is? It's kind of like Lord of the Rings. There's Middle Earth, and then there's Mordor, right? It's like a section of Middle Earth, or the Shire. Thinking about it in that sense, I think.
Yeah, and it's a small, and the entire realm exists separately from any other place because of the mist. Once again, we'll get more into that kind of stuff.
Let's put it this way: there is no leaving. Once you get into Ravenloft, there is no leaving Barovia.
Yes.
We're stuck in this setting, in this country, in this valley. The entire
That's very, very dark and very intense already.
Yep.
Yes.
You said that Barovia was the realm of Ravenloft. How, you just said that once you enter Barovia, you don't leave. Never mind.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, like let's. Well, we don't want. I don't want to get like too much into the weeds on that. But yeah, just for now, Ravenloft, Barovia.
Or in Daggerford, which is a city or a town.
Daggerford is a town. Daggerford is a town. It's a settlement. It's a. I think Daggerford is a relatively small settlement. Yes, it is a town on the Sword Coast of Faerun. You're not currently in Barovia, so you're in.
No, we're in a completely different realm. Basically, we're in a completely different world / universe right now.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
I told you before, Ravenloft transports a lot of citizens from other realms.
Yeah, right now.
To Ravenloft to screw with them. Literally, to screw with them.
So right now
it happens all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a settlement called Daggerford. It's on the Sword Coast of Faerun. Is where your characters will be starting.
Got it. And what?
So we're in Daggerford.
What
Sword Coast of Faerun
is Faerun in?
We're in Faerun, apparently.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, is it the realm? Okay.
Yeah.
Faerun is the realm. It's also known as the Forgotten Realm. Forgotten Realms. It's another very famous setting.
Got it.
It's not probably going to be that important to the story, but that's for if you care about that, you know.
So the Forgotten Realm is in a different universe than...
Yes, the Forgotten Realms, what we're called in Faerun, is a different universe than Barovia.
Got it.
Yes.
Tracking.
Yep. They call them in D&D language they would call them planes, but yeah, it's a different universe, if you will.
All right, let's get going.
Okay. So, got a little sidetracked there. Okay, so as I said, so your characters had been hired to investigate those disappearances. We got your hook. So now that you have the general hook here, we can start actually building characters and having everyone. Basically get the character concepts going here. So let's start first. I want to make sure everyone saw that I did make this is really just to kind of make things a little bit easier to most of your new players. I was restricting the ancestries to the core ancestries in Pathfinder, which includes the dwarf, the elf, the gnome, the goblin, the halfling, the human, the leshy, and the orc. And then there's also half elves, half orcs. Those are heritages, which can also be taken.
Heavy half elf then?
So yes, half elf is it's called a heritage in Pathfinder. I believe the half elves and half orcs. Give me one. I'm gonna bring that up actually.
Heritage.
For still heritage. Okay.
There we go. Heritage, half elf. I see
yes.
Elf, but I don't know how to do half. I also see elf. I see human. I can't figure out how to do like half characters.
Where is that? Yeah.
Yep. One moment. I'm trying to remember where it is. It's been a second. So right now you're looking at so first, let's just make sure. Is everyone looking at? Everyone should right now for character creation should have open pathbuilder2e.com.
I don't have that. Pathbuilder, yeah, pathbuilder2e.com.
Yep, pathbuilder2e.com. It's the link is if the link is in the
web character builder. I guess.
I'm sorry. Say it one more time.
The kitchen table. Oh, I found it. I'm sorry.
I added it to the kitchen table.
Web.
Yeah, sorry. I should have had it.
Building my character.
New character.
Master?
What is CRB and
Okay, yeah.
APG?
So we need the versatile. We need versatile heritages.
Use new master to allow old art. It's just core only.
Where is
we allow the old CRB and APG?
Core only.
core only, and you want to make sure do not activate the legacy content. Keep it with the make sure you maintain the
Core only?
Yes.
Except? Okay.
Yep. Where was the half elf? I'm trying to remember
Are we gonna send this to you, Jack, when we're done filling the character sheet out, or what?
when you are finished, you're going to send to me a code that is you can get. Give me 1 second. I will tell you. So, where is it? It's share code.
Yeah, I'm still uncommon, I guess. No.
Okay.
Rare? Ancestries. I still don't see half elf. Damn it. I see elf and I see human.
Yes. What? Yeah. So I'm trying to.
I looked under common, uncommon, and rare. I don't see anything about half elf. See halfling? No. Ew.
Hey, Paul, in the kitchen table, I put a link for the elf
Okay.
heritages or the ancestries. You
Yeah.
can read about them there.
And you want
Can we get it, though?
I believe it is the Ayuvarian. So yeah,
I see all the elf.
yeah.
There's
You
no-
want the Ayuvarian is a versatile heritage.
What did
You want to go to versatile heritage at the top?
All ancestors.
Hold on. I see common, uncommon, rare, and all ancestry. I don't see anything about versatile. What am I missing here?
Not one moment. One moment. I will. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna post this link here. It's in the kitchen table.
That don't work. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot they remove they no longer, they're not called half elves technically. You can use the word half elf, but in the game they call them Ayavarian. I believe the legacy version was half elf. Yeah, okay, yes. So Pathfinder 2e. Pathfinder 2e went through a just within the last year, they went through a major overhaul where they updated a bunch of rules and removed any references that they used to have to the old Dungeons and Dragons rules. Pathfinder used to be built off of D&D, and now they've pretty much completely scrubbed anything D&D related from the system. And so like they've renamed and added a ton of different like terminology and name stuff. So renamed just a bunch of different things.
I have a bad feeling I'm completely in the wrong area then, because I don't see any of that.
Look,
What I
on,
just
what's called, on
pasted.
the left, you see human ancestry. Say your ancestry to human, and then on the left, also
Yeah.
go like down. You'll see where it says heritage. One of the heritages called Arabian.
Yeah, but he won't see that until. So the first step, Paul, change your ancestry at the top left. Change it from human to elf.
Yeah.
That's your first step.
Change it to human.
Okay.
No, don't set your ancestry to human.
Why?
That's where you
Okay.
see your heritage.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm not sure if it's under human, but if you said you're interested,
Well, under both. It's under
it's under
both.
both. Okay.
Yes. It's a versatile heritage. It's the versatile heritage just means that it can be applied to multiple different ancestries.
Got it. Do you see it now, Paul? And then under
Yeah.
heritage.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here with Path Builder.
No, but you'll get there, Paul. When you're filling stuff out, you'll get there eventually. That's all it is.
Okay.
I'm gonna share my screen with Path Builder here. So if anyone wants to look at that and needs any questions there, this is for Path Builder. One reason why I do like it is it pretty much walks you through.
Okay. So I see your screen. What am I doing now?
Okay, so
I've done it now. Yeah.
so if you have elf selected, up where it says ancestry, and then down under level 1, there's the heritage selection, and it should let you select Ayuvarian at the top.
Okay.
And then you just hit accept, and then that should set your heritage.
Stand by.
You are on this screen, right now?
Yeah, I did. I guess my ancestry will be human, but then I did set the heritage to Ayuvarian. It showed up there as well. So, and it says specifically you have some elf in your history or whatever. So
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think really the only difference is that basically it's this, the difference is, are you more elf or are you more human? Is kind of the idea there, like because you either have the human base ancestry, which has its own selection of traits that it gets, or you take the elf base ancestry, which has its own selection of traits, and then you apply the heritage. So I guess the choice is: do you want to be more elven? Like, do you want more elf? Do you want to be more elf-like, or do you want to be more human-like? Is kind of the idea there. And so you would choose your ancestry as elf or human, depending on which one you want to be. You want to be more elf-like, more human-like.
Question. So what's the difference between arcane, divine, and occult?
Okay, so those
is wizardry spells. Divine is more clerical spells, and occult is not familiar with actually occult.
Occult, things like writing, writing sigils and understanding runes, spells, and old ritual books, things like that. Let me get the specific Pathfinder, what they define.
Only because when I click on the things here, it doesn't really like give me details on them, but.
So what details on what, like specifically where are you looking?
Oh, because it's telling me to, so under, so magic type, I click on it. So I did arcane school, arcane thesis, and then I have a magic type I need to choose.
What class? I'm sorry. What class were you choosing? What class? Are you?
I'm a wizard.
Wizard. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. It sounded like that was the case, but I just wanted to double check.
Sorry, that's my phone. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay, so arcane school. So yeah. As far as so when you select the so you're in Pathfinder, when you select the options, it'll give you a rundown of what the different schools give you, but basically it's going to like for every class has something that they choose that kind of specializes which direction they want to go in within that class, because the classes are broad, and then the specializations focus you.
Yeah. I chose my magic. I chose my type of magic and all that stuff.
Okay.
It's just this arcane divine occult thing doesn't have a lot of details on it, but it's fine. I'll just pick one here.
Question.
Yeah. Yes.
Pathfinder 2E removed the paladin class.
Did it move which class?
Paladin.
So the paladin is called the champion, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I saw the champion, but it's different.
Yeah, it is. Yes.
Strength or dexterity. Paladin used to be, what's it called, charisma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious. So they did. So they really are differentiating themselves from ED&D, huh?
Absolutely. Yes.
I mean,
very much. Very much. They're definitely trying to get away from the D&D from the D&D mold. Yeah, occult, primal, arcane, and divine are power sources, and so as a wizard, arcane or occult, I think, are typically going to be arcane mainly is going to be like what your magic's your power source.
That's what I figured. I chose good.
Yeah.
But I'm just doing. I'm just filling out level 1, right? I don't need
yes,
to
level 1. Yeah, you don't have to. You can go ahead and plan further ahead if you would like. That's one of the great things about Path Builder. But yeah, right now you're just going to need level 1. And make sure you save your characters in a place where you can access, because you want to be able to update them as we go. But if you want to go all the way up to level 10, go ahead and do that. Right now, though, for now, yes, let's just stick with level 1. But like after we're finished with that, then yeah, if you want to go and plan up all 10 levels, you can go and do that. But we're just gonna need level 1 for now.
Is this because I'm playing Baldur's Gate,
yeah? So
my boosts, it says charisma. Is it gonna power my spells to be stronger?
Oh, your wizard intelligence.
For yeah, so
yeah, that's what, I know, but I know it's intelligence, but on for my ancestry, it benefits from charisma. But wizards, I'm trying to be like a sorcerer type, and sorcerer uses charisma too. I'm just trying to make sure I pick the right abilities points.
Yeah. It's fine. Like you don't have to be entirely optimized. If it's one of the things that Pathfinder also did was they kind of made it so that certain stats aren't so heavily relied upon, and aren't so heavily needed, like the way they were stacked in the way D&D works. So as long as you are mainly focusing on the stats that are core to your class, you'll be fine. But they don't have to be. You don't have to get. They don't have to be as high as possible. You don't have to get you don't have to, if you're playing a cleric, like in D&D, if you're playing a cleric, I love clerics. That's usually what I play when I play. And like in D&D, having a high wisdom is like, for clerics, you want to have as high wisdom as possible, and then everything else after that you can have. Maybe you want to be a strength, you have to have a little bit of strength. Maybe you want to have some con, but like wisdom is your top thing. And in here, in Pathfinder, you want wisdom to be high, but you don't necessarily need to have it be at the highest, because your healing isn't tied to it. In D&D, your healing is tied to your wisdom. In Pathfinder, your healing is not tied to any stats.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
If anyone has any questions, if everyone's just building, doing their thing and thinking, I'll just sit here and just wait for any questions that come up. If anyone has any specific things they want to know.
Okay, so I'm putting points in my abilities and the training, right?
Yes. For skill training or for the abilities?
Right, for set of abilities and in skill training. We have to put points in there. So
yes, yeah. So yeah. When you just select for set abilities, you select which boosts you want. You get boost for your ancestry, your background, your class, and then.
You know why this is okay? So this is important, guys. Actually, because let's say let's say one of us needs to have, let's say, +1 religion in case we run into some sort of scroll that's like a religious whatever, and one of us needs to read it. If none of us have a point on it, we're going to be kind of screwed.
Primary skills are going to be athletics, diplomacy, intimidation. So if what's it called? If you guys don't want to have, don't try to concentrate on athletics because I'll have the highest athletics, the highest diplomacy, and intimidation.
You
So,
say
yeah,
diplomacy, intimidation. Okay.
Yes, I know
So
you don't want to. I know we're min-maxing victory, but what's called? I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, if you want to coordinating your characters so that you're not overlapping skills is a great idea.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I want to tell these guys when you get to the points that we're not overlapping.
Yeah. Yep. That way, each of your characters will have will have things you can shine at, and
Correct.
toes and stuff like that.
Is what's it called? Is someone have thievery at least for lock picks? I'm not sure how it is, but locking.
Right. Well, isn't somebody a rogue? That should be a rogue.
Brother, my brother I think is being a ranger.
I'm a ranger. I chose a ranger, not a
lock picks
rogue.
is by dexterity, so as long as he has a high dexterity, make sure you have like a
Which I
+3
will
or
have.
+4 dexterity, brother mine.
That should still be Paul. Yeah.
And
My
make sure,
dexterity is +4. And my
and make sure you make sure your thievery is selected as one of your skills. In your skill training, what's it called? You can select one of your skills. Make sure.
Skill feat. Hold on 1 second. I've already. Hold on. Real quick. Free boosts. I guess I get 4 of them.
Yes.
I've already given 1 to strength, dexterity, and intelligence. I got 1 more to give. Should I put that to con, whiz, or charisma? I guess.
Well, con will give you more hit
Con
points.
is always helpful.
Con
Wait.
gives you more hit points.
Shouldn't you have? You're not rogue anymore, right? So you don't need stealth.
I don't see stealth. No, I've already chosen my heritage, my ancestry feat, class feat, and my edge. And
He
so
can also
I
put
have
skills
rolled
training also towards stealth and thievery. You know where you see skill training, brother. Make sure you choose the.
I haven't gotten to that screen yet. I'm just down here. So add 1 to stealth. And you said also
Yeah,
what? Thievery?
stealth and thievery.
Okay, I'm allowed
It'd be very handy.
choose 4. All right, so those are 2. I added stealth and thievery. That's good. Okay, perfect.
You can choose whatever other things you want. And like I said, I'm doing athletics. What was your second highest stat? Basically, highest stat was obviously dexterity. What was your second highest stat?
Oh, are you talking about that screen? My abilities?
Your stats. You're on the top. It says strength +4, dexterity +2, con
strength is +3, dexterity is +4, con is +1, intelligence is +1.
What was +3?
So my +3 is strength. Yeah, so dexterity is 4 and my strength is 3. I wanted a backup of being able to, stab or whatever if I have to get up close.
Do you have any other +1s or +2s?
Yeah, I've got a +1 in con and a +1 on intelligence.
Intelligence. All right, it's up to you, but you can do society basically. Anything that says where it says int on the left, that means that you already have a bonus, so you want to increase your bonus towards that. Arcana, which is more a mage, lore, warfare.
I got Arcana. I got Arcana.
Congratulations, brother mine. You're our cultist specialist. Just do a
Wait, should I try to all right, so my remaining skill selections, I chose, of course I did
thievery and stealth.
Why did it choose lore, training, and nature already? It's like it added.
That's because it's part of your what's it called, background in your class.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ancestry.
Just leave it. Yeah.
So I did thievery and stealth. I increased that just because those actually get a benefit from dexterity. So and now they're both +7, so that's awesome. I got +7 stealth and +7 thievery, but I still have 3 more selections, and so
whatever looks good to you, as
pick...
long as it's not athletics, diplomacy, intimidation. You could do athletics even if you wanted to.
Yeah, athletics is good for ranger for sure. Athletics, acrobats, not bad too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
What's society? What is that?
Society is talking with people. It's knowing the etiquette when dealing with different classes of people, getting information from people.
Is that a lot different from performance?
Yes. So performance is singing, dancing, reciting a poem, getting people, bard, the things, any basic things the bard is going to do. That's performance.
Actually, we got to think about this because, sorry, Jack. We got to think about this because we got to think about who's going to be the talker.
I already have +2 charisma, so I'm probably gonna be the highest one with charisma. I'll be the talker.
So do you have society in there?
What's that? Society's intelligence.
Do you have I's intelligence?
I have diplomacy and intimidation.
Okay, so maybe one of us should have society then, just to.
That's up to you. Yeah, I don't have enough. I will get no real bonuses to it because I'm not very intelligent.
John,
what's performance?
Maybe
performance is
maybe
like
you get society, John.
That is like completely against my character.
Right.
I am not an actor, so we're gonna lose performance.
So that's my question for Jack. With character creation, are we consolidating as a group right now and filling weaknesses and gaps in each other? So as a group, we're much more versatile, or are we independently creating our characters without discussing as a group?
So what's it called? Either or.
Yeah, it's either or. It's either or. My recommendation is you coordinate, but you don't have to. That's
what I just started, you guys. What do you need? That's what I've been doing for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. I totally recommend that that you work together to make sure that your characters, like I said, that your characters aren't overlapping skills and abilities. So that when things come up, you're not trying to step on each other's toes to do things. Each of you will have something you're good at, and I'm good at this. I'm going to do this, and you can all have those times to shine.
Sorry, Jack, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I've run so many games, and one of the things I've really learned is it's when players don't take a little bit, even just a little bit, they don't have to fully coordinate, but if they don't take a little bit of time to make sure that their characters aren't completely overlapping each other, then when the game starts, you got two different characters trying to do the exact same thing, and they're always trying to do it. One of them, one person's always going to do it, maybe, or, and the other person's going to feel like, why did I even bother doing this? And a lot of times one person ends up making a new character midway through, and that's totally fine. I'm totally fine if people want to, if people didn't like a character idea, they thought they were going to like it and they just weren't loving it. It's totally fine to have to make a new character, midway or partway through an adventure. But I don't want players to do that because another character was just taking the fun away from them because there was no coordination, no talking about what their characters were going to be ahead of time.
Do we get weapons to start with?
You're going to get you're going to use Path Builder to do this. You get 15 gold pieces with which to purchase equipment. Using Path Builder to do that, it already gives you the 15 gold pieces. And then you can just go into, if you go to the weapons section, you can hit add weapon. Make sure you hit the buy button. Every time you do anything, make sure you buy so that it actually subtracts the money.
I just, when you were talking about coordination, I was thinking we should all coordinate our weapons and stuff. So that's why I interrupted. I was trying to make sure we're coordinated in terms of if I'm range, who's going to be melee, who's going to have what weapon or what shield, So I was trying to make sure we're all in the.
Well, part of that's going to. A lot of that's going to also. A lot is going to come also from your character building, because when you build your character, you're going to notice that some classes more than others are going to kind of focus you towards a specific set of weapons and armor. You're playing if you play a fighter and you select your specializations, they're gonna focus you towards a specific set of different type of weapons, or and you're probably gonna be wearing you're gonna be looking to wear the heaviest armors you can get. And then if you're a ranger, then you're going to be making a choice between if you're going to be more of a ranged ranger or you're going to be dual wielding weapons. The class you pick and the abilities that you choose for that class are going to kind of focus and choose for you in a way what gear your character is going to be best suited for.
What's it called? How do I buy armor?
If you go to the defense Yeah, defense, and then
Stow additional armor or stow additional. I don't see where I can actually buy.
yeah, no, it is. I believe is change. You want to hit the change button. So,
Okay.
where is it change? Then you just select and hit the buy button.
And you said we start off. Where do I see how much G we have left after we buying our weapon?
Oh, if you go to the gear tab will show you your current money.
Okay, thank you.
How do I send this to you, Jack?
Okay, so if you have finished everything, you've you've spent your money, got your gear, your spells, everything is done. That needs to be put together. You will go to menu.
Hold on, sorry. One second. One second.
Yep. No problem.
Sorry. Guys, don't forget to put your character's name on the top next to the level and all that stuff.
Yep. Yeah. If you want to make sure, you name your character like that, and I'll make sure when it imports, it'll do all that correctly. You can do that inside of Foundry too, but if you make sure to do that now, it'll be correct. It'll be fine.
Okay, sorry. I'm going to go to menu. Okay.
Okay. So yep. So in Path Builder, go to menu and then share copy of character, and it'll give you a link. You just need to copy that link and send that to me.
Share copy of character. Is that what you said?
Share copy of character. Yep.
Send it with you only, or put it in the channel.
It's up to you. It's if doesn't matter that much.
I don't mind. Yeah. I don't. My character is not going to be too secretive or whatever. So, but then plus, if people want to help me out with my build, okay. So, do I give myself the 15 gold now?
Okay.
It's automatically there.
It's automatically there. It's in the gear section, so you can just go to weapons and defense and gear and just buy your stuff.
If I wanted to buy a composite longbow, where do I see the buy? But okay, hit buy.
Yep, hit buy.
You cannot afford this item. What?
Oh, click on, if you click, make sure you click on it, and it'll tell you how much it costs. So you might not be able to buy
longbow instead of a composite.
Yeah, you might not be able to buy everything you want to buy right now. That is that Pathfinder the way, because you're not gonna necessarily have access to all the best gear right now.
Question for you, Jack.
Yes.
My class feat is Faithful Steed, but it's not showing up my pets because only fully unlocked version of this app. How do I fully unlock the app?
I guess you have to pay for it.
I'll pay for it.
I guess you do that from the menu and then sign in. So you go menu and then sign in. I've paid. I've unlocked too. Yeah, I've got the full version. It's only like $5. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I might be using this in the future. So
yeah, I use it a ton. So, and it connects with Google Drive if you have the paid version too. So you can just save your characters online. You don't have to save a local copy and stuff. It makes it much more convenient.
What does this mean? It says really buy a longbow for 1 gold piece. This will simplify your coins.
I mean,
just simplify.
I guess it'll be removed.
Yeah. I
like,
think that's weird terminology, but I think they're just saying that's going to reduce it. Yeah.
Okay, I was like simplify. I'm like, how simple are my coins already?
Yeah, the person who I don't know if the person I don't know I really don't know who writes this. English might not be their first language, so the terminology just didn't have the right way to put it. I don't know. Who knows?
Okay.
Maybe they're
Like I
writing
said-
it from a more technical standpoint. Maybe they're thinking of it in like a programming. I don't really have a clue. I don't know what the thinking behind that was. It's a very strange term to use for it, but yeah.
Yeah, I send mine to you. Check it out. See if I need to fill anything else.
Okay.
Nice. Hold on. I have twin takedowns, so for my melee weapons, I need something like short swords or hand axes. So that'll be kind of cool. And I set my level 2 thing to be quick draw, so I can switch between ranged and melee quickly if I have to. My character's going to be 75% ranged, 25% melee, just in case they call me. Hello?
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Well, just so you know, I'm gonna be like 100% ranged.
What are you? You're the cleric. Oh, you're the healer though, right?
No, I'm a wizard.
I thought John was the wizard.
John's
John's the cleric.
No, John's the cleric.
Okay, so your range, yeah. I mean, my character is a ranger though, so I was going to be focused primarily on ranged, but with some ability to do melee. I guess because Carl's going to be paladin-like. I don't know what they call it in Pathfinder, but so he's going to be the one who's going to be up close and dealing with them. Should I really go melee? I was ranged.
He's gonna get a lot of aggro, but that's okay. We'll figure it out.
Swords or hand axes?
Need to select spells. That looks like the only thing missing.
Oh, okay.
What's a hand adze? ADZE. Is that like a hand? Is that like an axe?
Say again? Wait, what?
Never mind. It looks like it's hand ADZE adze. The adze's smaller version is useful for delicate woodworking and cramped spaces. I don't think that's a weapon. Horse chopper. Sounds funny. These weapons are
Where do I
hard.
add spells, Jack?
So there should be a tab right next to gear. Next to gear, there should be a spells tab.
Oh, I see. My bad.
Yep. And I believe.
Do I need gear too? No, I just wear like a robe.
Yeah, I mean you can. I mean, yeah,
I'm buying gear.
Yeah. I would highly recommend buying some adventuring gear if
Absolutely doing that.
Maybe just even if a backpack, rations, a water skin,
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I didn't do this.
Even if you just get like some basic gear, you can get all that kind of stuff. Most of that stuff's pretty cheap, and you can easily with 15 gold you can stock up on all kinds of adventuring gear. Rope, chalk. As a wizard, having access to chalk, having access to this. I don't think Pathfinder doesn't really use component pouches really, the way like D&D does, but. Having an extra spell book. I don't know how much those cost. You might not be able to afford that. I don't actually remember how much a spell book costs. You get one spell book, and you don't really need a second one. But every time I've played a wizard, I always acquire a second spell book just in case.
Paul, pick up a thieves toolkit. So make sure you have at least 3 gold left over. You get thieves toolkit.
Yeah.
Gear.
I don't even see how much money I got. Hold on, I've been buying things that are just like.
You go to gear, it'll tell you how much. Yeah.
Oh wait, already says how much I have. Okay.
Oh, okay. It says I've got 8 gold left. Okay, so I now have to buy what? Eats, actions, defense, gear. Do I have to add gear? I want to buy a thief's toolkit.
Yes, thieves toolkit.
Okay, what else should I buy?
You might also get a couple. Sorry.
Buy adventurers.
What do I do that? Adventurers what? Adventurers pack?
Yeah.
Only 1 gold piece.
And a couple of replacement picks for your thieves toolkit would be a bad idea also, because your picks can break, and if they break, you don't have replacements. Well, you won't be picking any more locks.
Or is that just under the word picks?
I think they're literally called I think they're called replacement picks or something. I think it's.
repair kit. No, I don't see
Look at
replacement.
Thieves
Another
Toolkit.
one there.
Look at it's under Thieves Toolkit replacement picks. All 4 copper left on my name.
Oh, okay. Thieves Toolkit Infiltrator, Thieves Toolkit Infiltrator picks, and Thieves Toolkit Replacement picks.
Right.
Okay. Interesting. It says Thieves Toolkit Infiltrator picks is 3, and Infiltrator or whatever is 3. So I guess that's how many I already have. Okay, so yeah. Hold on. I mean, all right. Okay, I just bought some replacement picks.
Who's buying the tent?
Don't have
A tent?
We need a tent. Oh, I guess I have 2.
No,
It says 2 under my tent.
I mean, just have a if it has
Yeah,
bedroll.
I have my tent under.
I'm still creating.
I have 2 under my tent as well.
I'm almost done. I'm still
Okay.
creating.
Okay.
What's a pup tent?
For
a dog or
10
something?
10 for a pup, yeah. I actually don't know. I think that might be, yeah.
I'd sell something if I accidentally bought it.
You can just remove it and give yourself the money back. There might be a way to sell. I'm not positive. Let me just double check. There might be a way to sell it.
I don't know how, but it says I have 2 pavilion tents. And those things are 40 gold pieces. I don't even know how I ended up with 2 of them. I didn't buy them. I didn't have enough money to buy them. They're 40 gold pieces each, and I somehow have 2 of them.
Maybe,
Oh, maybe it means 2 available. I mean, when that little number, does it mean how many I have, or does it mean how many
Main
are
inventory
available?
is how much you have.
Yeah.
What's it called? That main inventory is what you have. Yeah.
You might have accidentally hit the add button.
No, I don't have enough money to buy it. No.
Well, you might. It's possible because there's also the give button, so that which will ignore how much money you have. So if you accidentally hit give or something, that could have happened. Don't know.
I think I'm just misreading that column on the right because next to Adventurers Pack, Alchemist Lab, but there's a number Alchemist Lab expanded. I've got the number 3 there. I know I didn't even go anywhere near.
Sorry. That's the level. Okay, yeah. So in Pathfinder, all items have a level. All items have a level.
Okay, that's the level I have to be to buy it. Okay, or use it.
Well, you don't have to be that level. You don't have to. It's not a limit on it. What it just means is that's so how that works is when you're playing a game of Pathfinder and you go into a city, that city will have a level associated with it. So it might be a level 5 city. In a level 5 city, you'll only be able to find up to level 5 equipment there. And so it's just a way of categorizing and keeping it, keeping it easy to tell what you'll have access to, and also makes it easy for when you're building games. You can say your characters are in the market, and you can find anything in the market that is up to level 8. And then instead of having to, as a DM, say, oh, I'm a player, I want this, or I want this. Okay, that's fine. I can just say, level 8 items, only up to level 8 items, and then the players choose any level 8 items that they up to level 8 items that they want. They want to purchase.
You guys get a lantern. Earlier we're going to be somewhere dark. We need a lantern, everybody.
Having light sources, having a light source, a torch, lantern.
I got torches.
Good idea.
Literally 6 torches. And I think Adventurers Pack comes with it. Yeah.
Adventurers Pack probably comes with a bunch of probably comes with rope, some rations. Yeah, I would imagine it comes with a handful of. It's been a minute since I actually looked, but that actually included. Yeah. The Adventurers Pack is for 5 gold for 1 gold, 5 silver. That's actually really good. Get you the bedroll, the backpack, the bedroll, piece of chalk, steel, 50 rope,
steel,
soap,
rope, soap. That's a lot of stuff. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm in the defense, and how do I? It just says unarmored, or do I hit change or whatever instead of hit change? I guess that's how I buy it.
Yes. For weapons, yes. You had to change, yeah.
Okay, no problem. And I guess since I am ranger, I should go with some kind of leather. Studded leather armor for balance, protection, and mobility. Can I do studded?
You are, I believe, any rangers, I think go up to medium, but I'm not positive. Give me 1 second. Let me look. Rangers get.
It's considered light.
You get
leather and studded leather are light.
Yeah,
so.
you also get up to You get up to medium armor, but if you're gonna be ranged, then you probably do want light, because medium armor is gonna have a maximum dex penalty, a maximum dex score, usually +2.
Damn.
So definitely for a ranged character or a dex-based character, light armor is likely where you're going to be sitting.
Okay. I have arrows. Let's see. I should probably buy more. Oh wait, it says I have to add. Okay. Bolts? No.
I got my character. How do I share it with you?
Okay, so you hit the menu, the hamburger menu button, and then you want share copy of character under export, and then just copy that link and send it to me.
How do I put it? Else, in the what's it called? The table. I'll send it to you directly too.
So, just double checking. This looks completely finished here. Level 1. Okay. Okay.
Whoa.
Shield.
Magnifying glasses cost 40 gold. That's crazy.
Yeah.
We probably need one.
I want to have 40 gold.
Okay, let's go ahead and get this imported. This character looks finished. Beauty. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no wonder. Okay, jeez. For 3 copper left. I am going in. Oh, Carl, did you say I should have some money left over?
No,
Oops.
you don't. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm making sure my character's got some cool gear, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I messed up. Okay. Yeah, I forgot the backpack had some stuff, so I ended up buying extra rope and extra flint and steel, which I probably didn't need. So you said I can remove it and just credit myself back the money?
Yes.
So
Yes, you
5
made a mistake. Go
CP.
ahead. Yeah.
So what is CP? Copper?
Yes.
So I can just remove and add 5 CP. Okay, I can do that.
Is it not working?
And I accidentally bought more rope. Although having, whatever. I'll just 5 SP. So I will get rid of my extra rope. 5 SP silver. Oh, S is silver. Okay, good. 5. Just. Okay. I got 5 torches, 11 chalks, rations. This is cool. How much are rations? I should buy more rations. Carl, can you go ahead and buy some extra soap for yourself?
Already have some.
Just saying, I'm traveling with him, so.
Everybody buy soap.
Everybody, make sure you buy soap, or I am not traveling with you.
How come the ID's not working?
What's a curriculum spell? Curriculum?
Oh, crap. I'm sorry. I apologize. I need. Actually, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's okay.
No, don't. I can do it from here. Ignore what I just said.
Spell ring. Okay. Carl, did you play Baldur's Gate, Carl?
All 3 of them.
Dude, I love Baldur's Gate 3 so much.
Play the original Baldur's Gate 1 and 2.
I played it, but I don't it was so long I don't remember it. But
I played that when I was much younger, when they first came out. I still remember they were great games.
Actually, two, I remember 2 well. 2 was really good too. But 3 is like its own thing, I think.
Yeah, very different. I played the original ones that they the same publisher did, Divinity Original Sin games.
That's what I was thinking actually. Yeah.
So I was familiar with the all of Baldur's Gate because of the Divinity Original Sin.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Dagger's too expensive. Well, silver points. I can actually get a dagger. That's good. Good. If not a dagger, then I should get a hatchet. Do you know twin
we need go ahead.
I have twin takedown, that class feat, where I can swiftly attack hunted prey with each of my weapons. Both weapons, should they be the same, or could I do like a hatchet and a dagger, or because I didn't know if I should go with 2 daggers or 2 hatchets or like 1 of each, so I have a little bit of versatility.
Yeah, I think they
takedown.
The only limit, I think they don't have to be the same weapon. They might have to have be like finesse or agile, but I don't think they don't have to be the same. I just double check they don't have to have it now share like a trait.
Cool. So I have a longbow, a hatchet, and a dagger. So I've got a bit of because I think that'll come in handy then, because the hatchet can also be used for other stuff. Agile, sweep, thrown 10 feet. They can be thrown.
Hey John, are you gonna do crowd control stuff, spells, or just pure healing?
I have no idea what I'm selecting. I am just selecting some I'm going through this. I'm going through the armor right now, and then I'm going through the spells. So you're talking about the spells choices? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because I'm doing spells. But if you, well, let me know when you're there. Because if you just do crowd control, I mean, if you
Level
just do
1, you're not
healing,
gonna
let me
have
know.
much
'Cause
crowd control stuff. I mean, honestly,
well, there's sleep, and sleep is really good though. Sleep is really.
sleep.
I'm trying to see if I should.
Sleep a divine spell. I didn't think it was a divine. It's been a while.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah, well, sleep is a rank 1. So.
Yeah, but it might be an arcane spell, meaning wizards. I don't think sleep is a divine spell.
You're right. Yeah, I don't know if you're sure. Well, let me know, John.
Yeah, why is that elven chain 2,500 gold pieces? Inflation, man. Oof.
Let's go ahead and buy it.
Yeah.
Old.
So we can't give each other money though, right? Out of the 15 gold pieces.
No.
Okay.
When the game actually starts, you'll be able. You can like
But this is like your starting gear. This is what you get. You know, this you're a beginning adventurer. This is what gear you started when you first started as an adventurer.
Yeah.
So in theory, we
it's
could. I gotcha. Go ahead. Sorry.
So I'm just trying. I'm trying to import. It's requiring I select a deity. Did you have a deity?
I selected my deity.
Which deity?
Character.
This is for the champion. This is for Carl, champion.
It doesn't say to select deity.
What happened?
Where does it say to select a deity?
It doesn't ask that in Path Builder, for some reason. It just has you select the cause.
My deity is Torm.
It is Torm.
Yeah, it says literally. Yeah, if you go to my details, you can see what deity I have.
Okay, got it.
And yes, I selected what's it called? So we started off with Faerun. I selected a Faerun deity.
Yep, that's totally fine. I don't.
Luckily, I kind of remembered the Forgotten Realms deities, even though it's been forever. A very, very long time.
Gonna have to probably select. Yeah, I have to just select one in here, and then I'll have to switch
what's the other
later.
Oh.
Well, because
it's
because Pathfinder the selections are only the Pathfinder deities, and so.
Okay, so the closest one would be what's her face, the Pretender. I forget the name.
Yeah.
What's her name? I forget it. It's going to be IM8, most likely. Yep.
Say one more time.
IM8. It's the closest one to you have. What's it called to Torm? Is IM8.
IM8. Okay.
Hey, Jack.
Yes.
So I'm putting my spells in, right? Do I need, so it has wizard, I'm putting my spells in, and next it says innate spells, focus spells, and rituals. I gotta fill every single one of those out, or is just under the wizard?
I'm sorry, ask that one more time. My apologies. What was that?
So I'm filling out the spells.
Yes.
So I'm filling out the wizard spells, right? Then next to it, there's innate spells, and then focus spells and rituals. Do I fill out all those?
Yes. So, focus spells are the focus spell you get you get automatically. That's given to you, which is a force bolt. As far as yes, you want to select. I think it tells you.
Because under wizard, I selected 5 cantrips already.
Yes. Yes.
What is innate spell? What is that?
So those are spells that are those spells come from a different source. Likely, I'm not. There might be from being a gnome.
I see. Okay.
Those are basically magic.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
It's magic that's innate to the character as opposed to having been trained. You were born with that magic ability.
That's correct. Okay. You're right. You're right.
It's like
Yep.
a sorceress or
Thanks.
oracle class, but I guess Pathfinder does things too.
Mhm.
I have a lot of cantrips. Holy moly.
Hey Jack, I think I bought an armor twice. How do I sell it?
Just go ahead and
Edit it down
delete
to
it.
one, and then give yourself gold. Just know how much gold it gave you, how much armor that
Yeah.
was.
Correct.
That's the same thing. If you go to defense, you can delete it, and then what's it called in gear, you can give yourself extra gold, or a silver, or copper, or what have you.
Oh, I see. So just add it back. Okay.
Yeah. So you can't sell it, but you can delete it, and then you can add however cost it was.
Well, it's weird because I bought the armor, but I didn't see it on me, and I bought it again. Now I see it, but then I don't know why I bought it twice.
What do you mean see it on you? How do you see it on you?
Not on me, but like I see it in the list.
See it on you by when you go to defense, it says item bonus. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Jack, can you look over my character? Tell me if everything looks good or if you see any glaring issues before I call it done.
Absolutely. One moment. Getting this one imported. Once that is done, okay. Okay, Carl, your character should be imported. If you want to go quickly and just make sure that everything imported correctly.
So I see where
So if you go, when you're in Foundry, in the virtual tabletop, on the right hand side, the pane, the actor's pane, is the little person icon. Then party, and then you should see your character.
I don't
see it. You got it.
I'm in PathfinderTE.com. So where do I go from there? In Foundry, you said?
Yeah, in Foundry, yeah.
Okay, and then where do I go?
Okay, so on the right hand side, the pane. Yep, in the pane on the right hand side, the little actor's pane, the little person icon. Click that, and then you should see the party folder called the party. And then if you open that, you should see your character name, and just click that to open up your character sheet.
Hey, should I go there? Are you talking about another website?
I'm talking about Foundry. I'm talking about the virtual tabletop right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Right now, so for Path Builder, I'm going. So give me 1 second. Let me see here.
Carl,
What?
what's your character name in Path Builder?
Yote. Party.
Okay.
Okay.
I changed my image.
Whose character am I looking at? Who just requested that I look at the character now?
Me, Tech Glitcher, Lock and Glithar, technically.
See what we got here. Okay. Defense weapon.
Got the 2 melee weapons. They're, cheapies, but they're for my melee. And then I've got the longbow. I chose leather for my defense. I'm looking at my gear. I've got a little bit of stuff.
Go ahead and send. You have to share that. I think you have to share it with me again. The link. When I click on the link here, it's showing me
the menu. And then what do I click on? Share. No, hold on.
Menu. Share copy of character. Yeah, when you do that, it only sends the most recent version of it, I guess, when you do that. So
hold on, I see
that is something to keep a note of.
I don't see the share copy of character. Hold on, I'm missing something. Export character sheet PDF.
So yeah, it should be right. It should be there. It should be under menu, and then it should be character sheet, stat block PDF, export JSON, share copy of character.
Ah, there it is. Sorry, right in front of me.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I do that all the time.
There's no rogues?
it's the same URL, 893326. That's my code, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, when I open it, when I opened it before,
Okay,
I wasn't sure. Yeah, see, yeah, now when I open it, it has your equipment there. Before, when I was clicking on it before, it wasn't showing any equipment having been purchased. So, but now it is. So I don't know why. I was really curious. The link is exactly the same, yet somehow I don't know. It's different stuff. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay. So it looks like okay. Everything's there. Level 1 is done. Okay.
That look okay?
This looks good. If you are ready, I will go ahead and import it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not missing any critical items or whatever that, especially to help me out in the undead area.
Nope. Yeah. This is good. This is a good start. I mean, you'll anything else you will have the opportunity to find and acquire along the way. But this is a good start. This is definitely a good start.
Sweet.
So Hoffa, I don't have the sleep ability, I don't think.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, actually, yeah, maybe I do. I have Arcane, Divine, Occult, and Primal.
Yeah, I went mainly arcane, so.
Okay.
Carl, you got a longsword and a breastplate. Okay, that would cost a pretty penny. And now you're down to 1 silver and 4 copper, Carl. But you've got a roll flint and steel. You only got what was in your bait. You didn't buy any extra items besides what came in your kit. You did get the grappling hook, though, Carl. Saddlebags? Planning on riding?
I have a horse already. One of my what's called saddlebags can help hold stuff in my horsing.
Doesn't say you have a horse under pets. There's nothing there.
It should. Well, I don't know. If
Hey,
yeah, I definitely have a pet.
Hey, Jack.
Yes.
What is armor a wizard usually wears? Because I don't see a robe here. Should I just get like a chain?
You just clothes. Yeah, well, you don't need armor. You can just wear. You can just have clothes. You don't necessarily need to have like under defense. You're not going to really have anything there. If you go to gear,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah, if you go to gear, you can buy. I think it's just called. I think it's just called clothing. It's not. They don't necessarily call it a robe.
That's what I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I did. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then the deity. Do I need to do age, gender? What is that?
For your character, yeah, you can fill that in. If you want to, if deity is your patron deity, the god that you worship, if any. The age of the character, gender of the character, and for languages, one thing to be aware. I didn't actually check that on the two people.
Do I need to do that?
For Lachlan, you actually have, because your intelligence is +1, and I think probably from your ancestry, you have 2 languages. So go ahead. You can do it in Path Builder, but you can also, I would just do it for now in Foundry. If you look at your character sheet in Foundry, on the first page of the character sheet, you should see a thing that says languages, and there should be like a little thing that says edit with like a little yellow box that's like flashing.
Stand by. Trying to find it.
No problem.
Hold on. I'm in Foundry.
In Foundry, yep. On your character sheet on the first page, should be
Okay.
you should see, it should say languages, and then you'll see common, Taldane, and then unallocated, and then a little edit button with like a flashing yellow box. If you click the yellow box, that'll let you select 2 additional languages. You can select any 2 from that list that are common.
Okay, cool. All right, I can do that.
And that, yep, there you go.
Signal message.
Elven. Okay, and what's another good language to know? Gnomish, Goblin, Halfling.
Oh, so you come with languages that you know already in the top, and then you get bonus languages if it gives it to you. Got it.
Correct. Yep.
And I get 2 bonus languages.
Well, so yeah, you you always get 1 language for every point of intelligence you have. Plus, your ancestry is usually gonna give you common, and then usually some type of ancestral language, Orcish or Elven or whatever.
I'm technically half orc. I got Orcish, so I got common and Orcish.
Yep.
Ooh, interesting.
Well, remember, he said that we're not going to see a lot of different types. Like we won't see a dwarf, right? He said.
Well, so
It's dwarvish.
So as a general rule, the people of Barovia are human. That being said, there are the chances, and there are some NPCs that are of different ancestries. But yeah, you will be interacting by and large with humans in this adventure. That is the majority of the NPCs will be human. Just because of the nature of the setting, but there are a handful of other people that you will encounter too. I would be right back. I have to use the bathroom.
Yep. I'm choosing Necro and Diabolic, just so everybody knows, for my extra 2 languages, because we're in a very dark place.
That's actually very helpful.
Here.
my profile all the time. Just lose myself. Hold on. Okay, found myself. How do I choose this deity?
All right, so I think I picked all my spells. So I have 6 gold left. What stuff should I buy?
You have 6 gold left?
Yeah.
Did you already buy a weapon and an armor?
Yeah, I bought a weapon, armor, and shield.
4 as hell after I bought a weapon and armor. Buy the there's actually they have this cool recommendation thing for your character type here. It says quick pick or whatever. See if you can buy that. It whenever you go to gear or you go to gear and then the add gear, it says go to the Q section. Pick equipment package. You could probably pick one. It'll actually pick all the most common stuff that you should have as a cleric. Pick equipment package cleric. It's 1 gold 7, but it'll give you all kinds of cool stuff.
There you go.
The equipment pack.
And then you can look at what they give you. So buy that one first for 1 gold 7 silver pieces. And then once you buy that, you go under gear. It'll look at you'll see your main inventory and your backpack. You'll see what you've already gotten because it's like a quick selection.
Oh, here it is. Quick equipment pack. Here, I see it. Cleric. Got it. Oh, 1 gold piece, 7 silver. Okay. Should I buy a couple of those?
Yeah. Buy 1 first. You might want to shore up additional of whatever, but it'll tell you. Then if you look in your gear tab or whatever next to defense, you'll now see what's in your main inventory and your backpack.
Oh, I see it. Yep.
So then you'll see you should see now bedroll, flint and steel, rope, torch, things like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, now you can look through this and see if there's anything, now you can now you know what you have already, and now you can either and click on add gear and buy additional stuff that you might want,
Get some healing potions in here, shall we?
Is that something we can actually buy? Crap, I didn't do that. A healing potion?
4 gold pieces.
Healer's toolkit. Did you get a healer's toolkit? That's 5 gold pieces, but no, that's just
Healer's tool for healer's toolkit is definitely useful. So if you're trained in medicine, if the cleric took medicine, didn't take medicine, okay.
Yeah.
It's no problem.
I don't know if the cleric did.
I did.
I don't know if the cleric did. If he did take medicine,
Yeah.
he should probably get a healer's toolkit.
Yes.
But that's 5 gold pieces. You probably can't afford that anymore, can you, John?
Oh, I see. No, but I can give back the quick kit.
No, you need that. Quick kit is just it's going to be an all around goodness. It's going to include a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be more important probably than the. It looks like the healer's toolkit, or that the healer's toolkit is more for like if you're trained in medicine and not necessarily magic though.
Right, exactly. It's for out of combat healing. It is incredibly useful, but if you can't afford it right now, it's fine. You will have the opportunity to acquire it in the game. Maybe you lost it, or something, and maybe you lost your healer's toolkit or whatever, and you currently don't have one. It's totally fine. It just means that you won't, until you acquire one, you won't be able to make medicine checks to treat wounds, attempt to help people get over poisons and diseases and stuff like that.
Got it. I can get rid of my weapon. There's only 1 gold piece.
But yeah, your magical healing will still be fine, and it's not affected at all by it.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
yeah, so it's by
Sent you
I don't mean the requirement.
I sent
sorry,
you my
what was that?
character, John. I sent you my character.
Okay, got it.
In the what do you call this thing? Jack House game. He called it a certain thing.
Virtual tabletop, Foundry.
Is it Foundry? Is that what it's called? Oh, Foundry Virtual Tabletop. Yeah.
Foundry Virtual Tabletop.
I can search my deity, and I found my deity, but I can't seem to add it or select it. How do I do that once I've I've got the information up, the description, etc. But I have no idea how to.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're talking about you're in Foundry right now, right? Okay, and you've hit the magnifying glass to open up the menu for all the different deities.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Just drag and drop it from the menu onto your character sheet.
Thank you. All right. Yeah, that worked.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't seem to select it, and now I got it.
Yeah.
Cool. Ethnicity and nationality, whatever. I did half elf.
That's fine.
Nationality, none of your business. None of you. I like that.
Okay.
And you've imported my character. Cool. 3, 4,
I am
1,
yep.
1.
Everyone. Yep. I'm getting. Let's see who I have. I have. I have Paul and Carl's characters both, and I'm sorry. I'm still getting used to names. Sorry. Take a minute.
You can call me by my character name. I'll recognize who
Yeah.
who you're speaking of. So.
Yep. So I have Locken and Kyotian right now.
Did you get the one I sent you?
I might have. Let's.
Sent you a new one.
Okay.
You import this manually, or it actually creates some kind of export that you can import from one to the other?
I use using the character ID. It imports. Yeah, it just imports everything directly in from Path Builder.
Sweet.
There's a
Saves you a lot of time.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, I am.
I sent Discord.
Here we go. Okay, now it's opening. Okay, good. Okay, spells all done.
I think I'm ready. I'm not sure how to get that URL to get to Jack.
So for the URL, you hit menu, and Path Builder, hit menu, and then under export, the share copy of character.
Got it.
I'm looking at in the in Foundry Virtual Tabletop. I was looking at my character just to verify everything came over, and I have 2 thieves toolkits, which doesn't make sense because I already only have one according to Path Builder.
Yeah, so you can just go ahead and delete the copy. It probably just had a little bit of a glitch there. That's why I was saying to go over and review it real quick, just to make sure there's not like any duplicates or stuff like that.
I messaged you directly, Jack, with the URL.
Okay.
He's probably got a hidden skill like backstab party member. He doesn't want us to see.
It's like, all right, Paul, your character's dead, but you still have to take part in the game, so you got to stay on. You can't do anything, but just watch and listen.
How come it's not choosing the specialty?
This thing is keeping track of how big these items are. It's L versus 5L. Interesting. Bulk 4, 7L, encumbered 8. Am I encumbered?
I mean, you could be. I have not looked at your stuff. But give me one moment here. What is the crafting specialty? What is your craft specialty, Rafa?
Oh, true. Oh, hold on. I don't even know where to look for that.
Oh, so under level 1, it's the very last thing: free feat specialty crafting, and then the options: alchemy, artistry, blacksmithing, bookmaking, glassmaking, leatherworking, pottery, shipbuilding, stonemasonry, tailoring, weaving, or woodworking.
Sorry, you said where is that?
Oh, so in Path Builder, if you're looking Path Builder on the level 1, the side, the left pane, level 1, the very bottom, should have the free feat specialty crafting.
Oh, I see. I thought it was already giving me that. I already wrote it for me.
So you have to choose. Well, yeah, you have to choose one of those. It didn't. It's not. And did you choose one when you selected the feat, or did it just have you select?
It just says trained in crafting. Like, it doesn't really give me a choice to choose.
Yeah. The choices. It doesn't give you a choice in Path Builder for some reason, but the choice is in Foundry, and it's just asking me to. It's asking me as I'm importing it to select one.
All right. So, can you just tell me the options then?
Yeah. So alchemy, artistry, blacksmithing, bookmaking, glassmaking, leatherworking, pottery, shipbuilding, stonemasonry, tailoring, weaving, or woodworking.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I feel like ship making sounds might be useful.
Shipbuilding in Barovia. There's not a ton of bodies of water. There's not big bodies of water around.
Not a lot of bodies of water. Okay.
No. There's a couple of lakes. There's not really any. There's no sea or ocean access.
Ocean, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I think I'll just go with alchemy then.
At least.
I'll go with alchemy.
Alchemy? Okay.
Yeah.
Alchemy it is. Make some potions and stuff. Okay. It's importing the character now. And John, you have sent me a link. Okay.
So I'm looking under like my character in Foundry, and under lore skills, I have something called tanning +4. I didn't do that. I think it wasn't in Path Builder. Was that just something my character can do? Or?
That likely came. Yep, it probably came from your background. Most likely came from your background, I would assume.
His character
Intelligence +1, trained +3. I didn't.
Yeah, lore. Yeah, so lore. A lot of backgrounds give you lore skills, and it's just lore skills are just additional like knowledge that your character has about those things. So, and it very likely came from a background is most likely where it came from, but it's possible to come from like ancestries and stuff like that.
And tanning is the ability to creating like leather armor and stuff from animal hides.
It's curing the leather so that to be made into armor or what other leather goods. Yeah.
Okay. Spell casting. No, I got no spells. I don't do magic.
Okay. John, the only thing you might want to name your character at the top on Path Builder, character name where it says unknown adventurer currently, next XP and level. You might want to put your character name in there before we import it.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, sorry about that. Let me do that right now.
Yep. No problem. You're probably going to need to send me that link again because when you do that. If anyone would like to take some time, it's there's no need to have it now. But if you want to look online to find something to use for a character portrait for your character, you can go ahead and do that, and then just send those to me. If
Oh.
it can literally be anything. If you want to, you can just grab it from the internet, or just whatever Google searches, or have it made. It's whatever you want, and then just send it to me, and I will make a token.
Gonna be square or rectangle?
Well, the artwork, just send me the artwork, and make the artwork. So I'm going to make tokens from it. So honestly, like, if it can have as much of a character as possible, like if you just send me a headshot, that's fine. But if you send me like a full character, that's better, because the more I have to work with, the better the token will look. You'll understand.
Put images in. More.
Carl, what'd you say? Carl, you're. Oh, Carl, are you talking to us, or are you muted? Should you mute with us?
Talking to you. Can you guys hear me? Hello?
We can hear you, but you're like very weak.
I'll be rejoin. I'll be right back.
Did you guys hear it bad also, or was that just me?
It was soft. It wasn't good. So Jack,
Yeah,
I think the
soft.
second one. How's that one?
Okay, checking the link now.
Is that guys any better or no?
Yeah, much better.
Okay,
Back to normal.
Perfect.
How do I share a file with you?
So if you want to just DM it to me in Discord, you can.
But how do I attach it?
Yeah, in Discord, just drag and drop. If you have it saved to your computer, you can just drag and drop it into Discord when you're in the DM pane, and that'll pop it into the message field. Or if it's online, you can just right click, copy, and paste it into the message field in Discord, and then it should send it to me.
Did you get it or no? Was I able to send it to you?
I have not seen a DM here pop up. You have to make sure you hit send. If you've added it into the message, just to make sure you hit enter to actually send it in Discord.
Fire block. I can message you.
What happened?
I'm trying to message you. I'm trying to find a hunt. Forever since I found it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Here we go. Okay.
I sent it to you.
Got it. Okay. Nice. Okay. Yeah.
I killed it.
Yes, exactly. Love it. Okay. Let's import.
How do I send it to you? Just send it to you on Discord?
Yep. Go ahead. Just DM it to me in Discord.
Or send file. Nope. How do I send a file? Screw this. I need to switch to a different view. Nope.
What was the problem? Sorry.
I can't figure out how to switch to like I'm in a view where I can see text channels and voice channels, but I can't see IMs,
Oh, so
Discord?
yeah. So on the left hand side, where all the server icons are, there should be at the very top. There should be the Discord icon, and that'll be the direct messages area.
Oh, okay. And then I should see you there, maybe.
Yes, I should be on that list. Should be. As I said, I sent you the password. So.
Oh, but you're not Jack under that. You're actually under backup.
Oh yeah, that's my correct. Yes. For the server I just have my name as Jack. Yeah, that's my actual handle is Baka Penguin. Should have made that clear. I didn't think of it to say that.
No worries.
Okay.
Half Elfringer, Lock and Glithar.
Okay, let's get John imported. Import.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hello. Howdy.
How's it going?
What's up, Ryan?
It's going. I'm 2 hours in and we're still building our characters.
That's typical. That's why there's a whole session dedicated to it.
Mm-hmm.
All good. Gotta admit, ChatGPT helped me out a lot.
Oh,
I told it what I wanted and how I like to play and like what I personally like. I need it simple. I told it, how I wanted it built. And then I said, okay, help me pick, what should I do as my heritage, my ancestry feat, class feat. And it gave me like 2 or 3 choices and the pros and cons of each. So I was still able to choose it, but at least it simplified things and didn't give me like decision overload,
Yep.
Yeah. No, I mean, hey, I think I've found ChatGPT to be a good writing assistant. It's like having a secretary that's available. It's like, oh, it's like if I like, I'm trying to remember, like, what was that specific lore thing? I can't remember. It's like what was this thing in Barovia, blah blah blah. It's like, oh well, that's and it's not always 100% correct, but it gets me exactly. It gets me a guy just like, oh, okay, that's right. It jogs the memory and stuff like that, or
A cloistered cleric. So what you say this character sucks?
Well, hold on. I think the gold messed up. I'm supposed to be wearing because I put 2 feats into armor proficiency to get medium armor, but for some reason it put me back on explorer's clothing. So give me a minute, Jack.
Well,
let me remove this stuff and re-add it.
Are you getting the armor for free, or is part of you can purchase it?
Yeah, I should be able to afford it, but it was weird. This buying gear and stuff is weird in this because I had to manually add it back to gold. So just give me a minute. Let me remove all the gear and then re-add it, and then show you the link again.
Okay.
Because the whole point of me getting the double armor proficiencies was to increase my AC by wearing medium armor, and I could afford it. But for some reason, it's not on there. So hold on.
That sounds like interesting use of feats.
The idea behind it, again, I wonder how much it sucks. The idea behind it was, as a healer, I don't want to be attack as much, right? So if I increase my AC, then maybe that could allow some misses.
Possibly.
How do you have
the real way to avoid being hit is to have your party members protect you while you're the healer. It's in their best interest to make sure.
What do you mean he protects us?
Well, you keep him from getting hit, and he keeps you alive.
Oh, true.
I don't know.
Trying to burn them down.
I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to do.
I don't know what everyone else is playing, so I just know there's a cleric.
There's a wizard, there's a champion, there's a ranger.
Well, champion should be really good at keeping things off him.
Well, pretty sure. Oh, doctrine. Because of cloistered. Okay. But how did you end up with? Oh, human. That's right.
Yeah, it's taking the extra armor proficiency from the ancestry feat from human.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking at.
Yeah. You somehow have student of the canon twice. How did it end up adding it twice? It has a bonus feat and for the skill feat.
Oh, I don't see that on mine. I see the free feat, student of the canon, and domain.
It's in a Foundry, in the Foundry character sheet.
Oh.
Not in Path Builder. It might have just been an error with the import. Is probably what happened. Because
the student of the cannon let you wield a cannon in one hand, and I mean,
I don't think so.
Oh, that would be nice. Seems like a well-rounded party, though. Wizard, cleric, ranger. I guess you're missing a rogue kind of thing. A skill
Ranger acting as the rogue. Ranger's acting as the rogue.
Is that the correct image? Just want to make sure because the link was sending me to a weird place.
Yes, that's the one.
Anyway, John, I don't think the character sucks. I think the only thing that is questionable to me is the armor proficiency, but I never do that with the clerics in Pathfinder. But doesn't mean you can't. It should work fine.
Yeah, it's up to you if you want to be wearing armor. Your character trained with armor. You want to be a little bit more up front, or at least have some protection if you do get up front. Fine.
Yeah, D&D clerics started with medium or heavy armor. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, clerics. And, they're like priests.
Pathfinder got rid of that.
Yeah.
I figured my characters, my group's kind of new, so they might not be able to protect me as efficiently.
Oh yeah.
What the heck?
You got a champion. You should be well protected.
All right, guys, I'm in the middle. Surround me. 360. We should be good.
Where are you? What are we looking at?
No, when we do
Still
the battle
character building.
format.
What?
I'll just hide under the wizard's legs. It'll be fine.
Yeah, there you go.
Are we? Somebody sharing?
I'm kind of short, just so you know, John.
The wizard's the one you really have to worry about getting smacked around.
Is there? How do we see John's character?
I'm sorry. So
He hasn't uploaded it yet.
Oh, okay. Well, it's like, how are you guys reacting? I was like, I don't see anything yet.
Oh, he sent me a direct link to it before I joined the channel.
Oh, okay.
The only one I've seen uploaded so far is mine.
Yeah, he sent me a link and said, "Tell me how much my character sucks." I'm like, okay, I can do that. No, doesn't suck. Then again, most characters don't suck. If you follow the rules to make a character, it's gonna at least be effective at something in Pathfinder because of the way stats work. You'll be good at something. Whether it's what you want it to be good at is questionable, but...
So I'm good at... I think Hoffa was good at shipbuilding.
And read loft.
Hey man, if you run into some sort of river or a ocean in this weird world, you thank me. But Jack told me there isn't such a thing, so that's fine.
Are you going to have spontaneous shipbuilding where you just build a ship out of twigs and all of a sudden you have a galleon?
Correct. That was my thought.
Looks like, okay, everyone's characters should now be imported into Foundry. Need to make sure everything is right. Double check that you don't have any duplicated items or anything.
This is awesome. Yeah, I don't have any duplicated items.
I fixed my all my items. I don't know. I think something with the Path Builder is it kept changing my chain shirt to Emperor's clothes or something. But
I think it was telling you something.
It's like, don't do that. So if you look at it now, it should. I don't know if you can re-import it or just change, but yeah, it should be fixed now. My AC is correctly showing 17 instead of 15.
What is my armor class?
I do the whole thing. Just make it do the whole thing again, just to make sure. It keeps trying to add student of the canon twice. I don't understand why it's doing that.
I am a little concerned the cleric has a higher strength than wisdom. That is concerning.
Whoops. Well, I might help out with a
Hello?
little bit of damage.
Cleric. He's pretending he killed the cleric and is wearing his clothes.
Yes. I mean, hey,
I just noticed that. I'm looking, I'm like, hey, wait a second, something looks off about those stats.
Let's see. I can actually view his stats somewhat. Armor class is 2. Shield hardness is 3. Okay. You have a shield?
Of
Our
course.
cleric has a shield?
Why not?
Yeah, he's using the shield. He's using some armor. Might as well have chosen War Priest instead of Cloistered Cleric.
Cloistered battle cleric. I mean, what's wrong with that?
Oh, 18.
I mean, War Priest should have gotten the light and medium armor right off the bat, and better fortitude saves. And shield block feet.
Would have been able to open up those feats, but hey,
Yeah.
Told you I'd give it to my character.
I have a 7. Okay, so I have a 17 armor class, but Quixote has a 17, and I have a 18. I have a higher armor class than our paladin,
You have
or whatever he is.
You have dexterity bonuses. Dexterity at the beginning, dexterity is really good for armor class because it gives plus AC until I start getting better armor.
Okay.
Oh, it's. Oh, hang on.
You have a higher hit points than me, though, Carl. You have 20. I have 19.
Oh, I hope the champion has the highest health. They get a higher dice. Well, I think Ranger gets the same
That's
die.
why.
You just have a Constitution bonus probably on the on champion.
I thought I was importing the wrong character. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna disappear. I was just coming to say hi to John, laugh about his character, but it seems fine. Nothing to really laugh at.
Yeah. Really? I can find reasons to laugh at him. Hold on.
I mean, I'm just trying to be nice.
Afterwards, that was some worst character creation I've ever seen.
Yeah, call me afterwards. Later.
See ya.
Hi guys.
Okay. Re-importing now. Hopefully the equipment is correct. Fine.
How do I see my character? Did you import his picture? I wanted to see what it looks like.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't done that yet. It's gonna it's gonna take me some time because I'm gonna make tokens for everyone. So it takes me a little bit to do those. So I will post the tokens in the group chat and in I'll just do it in the group chat probably so you can see them before probably over the next week. But definitely before the first session. Just to give you an idea, and just to give you like this is like I make the tokens. I do them like this. You just gonna kind of see.
I should look at my age.
I spend a lot of time because I make the tokens look like this.
Oh, okay.
So if you have artwork that that has like good that'll be good for popping out, then it'll look even more spectacular.
I can give you a description of my character too if you want, if you need that or whatever. But okay.
Oh yeah. If it'd be best if you can submit that to me if you want to do that, like as a DM or whatever. Like any details you want to put about your character, you can. You can also put those details into the biography section of your character sheet in Foundry or Path Builder. Either way, just want to write those down. And yeah, any details you want to give me about your characters, that will allow me to tailor certain things, and potentially like work those in because of this adventure. Your characters like histories and backgrounds won't necessarily play that big a thing because you're kind of being transported from from the world into another world. So it's not so unlike traditional games where you might have the ability to actually really work with that stuff. But I can still do some stuff with it. If you give me details about your character, I will work with that. And then obviously, after we leave Barovia, if we continue after Barovia, if I know about your character's backstory, then I could potentially work that into what happens after you get out. If we continue. So like I said, any details.
So we won't have a happy ending. So my character will be wrecked. He'll just be like,
Hey.
Okay.
See, okay, it looks like everyone's characters are in and imported. I do believe everyone's got. Okay, yep. Okay. So a few details on Foundry. I want to go over a couple more things tonight, but I don't want to give too many things because it's going to be 2 weeks before we actually play. So I figure we'll go over like really using the program during the first session. But just to get you a little familiar with the UI here. So the central area right there, the play field, this is going to be maps and stuff like that. And to give you an idea of what that will look like.
Are you the one moving John around? Like I see like game pause and I see characters.
Yeah, those are the other players. So yeah, as you move your mouse around within the world, everyone will see your name floating around. That just shows you.
You see what your mouse pointer is?
Yeah, we will see whatever. Yep, we will see what everyone's mouse pointer does. So so we'll know where you're kind of clicking around.
Where you're moving down.
Yep.
See, I haven't seen my mouse move around. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So to give you an idea of what the maps will look like, let me go ahead and toss the party on this map, and then pop you out. Okay. So, right level.
Okay.
But to give you an idea of what a map will look like, this is what our kind of maps will be here. There's, you should be able to see from your perspective. You're probably only able to see like a little section of a house.
Okay, so we have like the fog of war type thing.
Exactly. And as you move around and explore the area, the map will be revealed, and you'll see different things, different like tokens, different monsters to fight. And as we fight, like as encounters happen, you'll be able to see the tokens and click on them. You can actually, if you want, you should be able to, like, if you click on your character, you can double click on it and that'll open your character sheet. So that's a quick way to open your character sheets if you need to see stuff really fast. And if I unpause it, you should be able to grab your token and then you can just move it around. You won't be able to move through a wall, but if you move in around, you should be able to like just drag and like move around sections, and you can just move it through the environment. Yep. Just like that.
Were you looking through windows? Is that why the field keeps changing?
What was that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because I was like, I couldn't move in there. I was like, oh, okay.
You can also
cool.
You can also use the arrow keys to move that if you like, but the ruler will kind of come out and show you where you're moving to.
Does this take into account how fast our like character move? Is this turn based?
Combat will be turn based, but right now you just move around freely. There's during combat, I don't actually have any modules currently installed that will restrict movement, so it's going to be up to players not moving around during their turns. During combat, you will be restricted to only acting and moving on your turn. We'll go over like that kind of stuff. Like we'll go over and get on that what we actually are playing in the first session. For now, I just wanted to get you an idea of what it will be like to move around here, what to expect to see.
There's a memory though, like anything we saw in the past, like through the windows or whatever. It actually is okay. So it does have,
Yes,
like,
exactly.
work. Like
Correct.
we can remember. Like, oh, that room used to have so and so in it. Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Correct. Yeah.
As long as one of us, glimpsed it.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yes, and this map is multiple levels. So as you move around, like you'll be able to go upstairs, downstairs, and stuff like that. It'll move you around as you do. But you'll see that more as we like I said. They'll get more into that in 2 weeks. So that is that is the play field or the canvas. Then. On the right-hand side of the UI, you'll have where the actor's pane. If you were looking at your character sheet, you probably have the actor's pane open. But most of the time, you're going to want to have the chat messages open. And this is the chat log. This is when you roll dice. They'll show up there exactly. And you'll see the outcomes in there. It'll tell all that detail. Any kind of effects or stuff will pop up there to like detail what's happening. So that's gonna be the log of all the actions and events that take place. There's next to the chat messages is the cross swords, and that is the encounters pane. So when we go into a fight, your characters will show up there. I'll go ahead and just show you what it looks like when I add.
Whenever we're like, all right, we talk to each other like voice in the game, but also if we just want to type to each other, it would be best to use this chat in the built into Foundry, or would we use the one in Discord?
So if you want to have your character say something, and like let's say if multiple are role playing or something, and you want to just say something and have it there, I would use the chat. I would use the in-game chat to have your character say something in character. That would be the place for that.
Okay, that makes sense. So in Foundry, I'll be locking, but in Discord, I can be me, Paul, or whatever. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So if you have with the encounters tab, if we go into a fight, you will see your characters pop up there. You'll be able to hit the little D20 icon, the little dice icon, and that'll roll your initiative exactly. So
I saw the roll initiative. Okay,
yeah.
That's usually whenever we encounter something new, right? It's like okay.
When you get when a fight's about to break out, exactly. I will add everyone to the encounter tracker, and you'll roll initiatives, and that'll set up the order of everyone's turns. If you want, something to note, you can double click on the chat messages. You can double right click on chat messages. It'll pop that out. So if you want to have that open up and be able to look at other panes, you can do that.
Nice.
Same with the encounter log. You can do the exact same thing. Double right click will open that up. Set that as a separate window.
And it pops it up instead. Okay, that's cool. So you can do that with any of the tabs. You can have one pop out by right-clicking, or not. You can't do it with your character, but you can do it with encounters and chat.
The character sheets are already popped out, but the character pane can't be popped out. But you can do it with all the other, pretty much all the other ones. I don't think the journal can be popped out. Yeah, the journal can be popped out. Yeah, it's only the actor's pane for some reason that can't be popped out. But all of the others can be.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So from there, so next after the encounters pane, so you have the actors pane. That's where you're going to be able to find your character sheets, as well as if any NPCs that you befriend, and if you have any statistics or information about them, very likely it'll be there. That you'll be able to find out about that and read about them. Then the journal page. The journal will have a handout to give you an idea. Here is what a handout is.
Okay, and then we would see it like that.
Yeah. You can go ahead and close. That's actually old information. You can just go ahead and close that. That's actually not part of our game.
Right.
So, you know, that's so it's actually part of the game. I've actually changed a few things, but that's just to give you an idea of what a handout might look like. There might also be a picture. Or like a little handwritten note, something like that. So could be any kind of things. They'll show up when I add them and show them to you. They'll pop up on your screen, but then I'll also make them available in the notes pane. You'll be able to just go ahead and click on them and open them back up. So if you closed it, you'll be able to reopen it. See here, after the journal pane, you will see you don't need to worry about playlists. There may be some like thematic musics and stuff like that, and if I do add that in, you'll be able to adjust the volumes there. And then compendium packs. You, for the most part, probably won't need to come in here. It's if we were building our characters in Foundry, you'd go here to be able to like grab all of your different class abilities and equipment. But Path Builder makes it a lot easier. You don't have to do that. If it ever comes to equipment and stuff like that you're going to be able to purchase, I will very likely we'll go over like how to do that from the compendium. But for the time being, it's probably not going to be that big a deal. Like I said, you don't really need to worry about it. The compendium browser down at the bottom is a button. So if you do, you can open that up, and that lets you see basically everything that's in the game, equipment wise, feats. So, and you can just open that up and take a look at it. When you go to buy stuff, like in stores, so you might be able to then purchase it through there, as opposed to through Path Builder when we're actually in the game. But I'll go over that stuff when it becomes really important. After that is the settings pane, and here the only real thing to keep track of is if you go to configure settings. There are a handful of user-defined settings you can go ahead and set up if you want to, kind of get a little bit of customization and customize how the UI looks. Maybe if you need the text to be a little bit bigger, stuff like that. But there is a thing I would recommend you do if you haven't and it's not already done. Go to the configure settings. And make sure it's on the core in the left-hand side. Make sure it's on core, and then scroll down.
What?
Oh, sorry. So yeah. So
Settings?
yeah. Sorry. So left-hand side, the two cogs settings, then configure settings under game settings. Yep. And then make sure on the left-hand side you're in where it says core. Yeah, I'll share my screen. It's just take a little bit easier.
I'm there.
Everyone's there, but everyone, and then scroll down. Until you see the option left click to release objects. My recommendation is to have that selected, but if you don't want to do that, that'll just mean that your token, you can by default, if you have your token selected, you have to hit escape to deselect it. Which sometimes when we're in fights and when you're interacting with other tokens, it could get a little bit annoying. So being able to just left click and deselecting, in my opinion, is a lot easier. But some people prefer having it lock in on a character. So
where's that again? I'm sorry.
Yep, no problem. So you go to the two cogs on the right hand side, the two cog icon for game settings. And then under configure settings, it'll pop up the game settings menu, and it's under the core section.
Until I left click to distribute. All right, got it.
Yeah. Okay, after that, if you know there's other settings there. If you feel like you can read them, what they do, and for the most part at this point in time, I don't, you may not really know necessarily if you want to adjust them, but as we play, if you feel like if there's something you need to adjust or want to adjust, go right there to do it. Those are client side, so it only affects you.
Under dice settings, what is the there's something about whether I should use I was looking under dice settings and there was is it like different engines or something where it says configure dice and then I have digital roll or Foundry VTT digital roll.
Where are you at? Where are you?
Configuration. I'm under in-game settings under core. Then you'll see where it says dice configuration and it says configure dice. Configure how dice rolling is performed. And then there's two different options in the dropdown, like for D4, D6, D8, it says Foundry, VTT, digital roll, or digital roll, Mersenne Twister. I don't know what
I think that's. I would leave that as is. I think that's probably what it uses to calculate the rolls or determine the rolls.
Like probably the randomization.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Is that's probably like the randomization is my assumption. I would just leave that as is. You definitely don't want manual input. I don't know what the difference is between digital roll. I've never actually used those before. So, but that's up to you. It's not that big a deal, I don't think. The more important thing is if you're interested in like dice, because if you notice when you roll, there's dice that show up. If you click the dice, you click Dice So Nice, the Dice So Nice settings, you can adjust what your digital dice look like. You can change their color, make them look however you want.
Yeah, you didn't notice mine's already skulls. I got the cool dice.
Okay. So final thing I want to go over for tonight for the Foundry UI is on the left-hand side. You have all of the tools menus. So the top one that is selected is the token controls. This is the one you're going to be using the most often, and you'll likely have the select tokens tool active the most often. That's the one that actually allows you to move your token around. There is also the select targets tool. Now you can use that, and then any token you click on will then be selected as your target. Now that'll be important when we get into combats and encounters. You want to make sure that when you go to make an attack, you have your target selected. You want to target the token that you're going to make your attack against. You want to make sure it's selected. That way Foundry knows who you're attacking, and that makes it all the automation for like all the determining if you hit the AC and applying effects and stuff like that. So it's very important that you make sure you target. You don't have to use the target pane. You can also, if you have a token selected, you can hit the T key, and that will also target as well. So if you just hit the T button on your keyboard, that'll also target. Another way, a third option is if you right click on a token, it'll bring up a little menu around it, and then if you hit the little target symbol, that will also target it as well.
I see things like bring to front, send to back, toggle combat state. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and just shoot you the target thing like on other tokens. It should be target something like that. Yeah.
It says game is closed or something. Yeah, I can't target other people.
Okay, next under in the left-hand side, underneath target select, is the measure distance tool. If you select that, that'll let you draw out a ruler, and that'll measure the distance from wherever, between those 2 points. You can also, so if you hold it and drag, and you hold the control key down, and then you can just left click, and it'll set waypoints. So you can, draw out, multiple, make an entire like ridiculous measurement there if you need to. And then you can release it and just right click to clear it. The next pane that will likely be used occasionally, I don't imagine you'll need to use it much. Pathfinder also for like for those like for the wizard and the cleric, likely that more often you'll be using them. And if you do, your spells typically have them baked in, so you usually don't have to come here. But just in case, if you need to do an effect that, let's say you have a spell that's going to create a cone effect, you can go there, you can hit the cone button, the little triangle symbol, and then drag out a cone, and it'll drag out a cone template, and that'll show you everything that's going to be hit by that cone. Anything that is in the shaded boxes, any of those purple boxes, those are what's going to get hit by the cone attack.
Imagine this is going to be very popular for me as a ranger because I got to know where I can hit.
So, well, for you, so as a
Right.
ranger, since you're going to be using a bow most likely, or attacking with your like
Yes.
with melee weapons or range weapons, likely that's you're probably not going to be using those very often because those area of effects are for things like if the wizard casts a fireball, or shoots a lightning bolt. Those are really what those effects are for, or those things are for. For things like shooting an arrow or attacking with swords, you're not usually using area of effects. You usually don't need the templates.
Gotcha.
Let's see here. Okay. I think that is really it for the controls and the UI for now. There's a few more things, but a lot of the stuff we'll just go over in the first session. So because those are things that'll become pertinent then, and we'll actually be able to use them then, as opposed to going over a bunch of stuff and then waiting 2 weeks before they ever become important. So let's see. I think that's probably the last of the stuff I wanted to get through that I wanted to make sure we got through. So I guess at this point, is there any additional questions? Anything anyone wants to know about before we about the game, about anything?
Hey, Jack.
Yes.
So I had a couple questions. What happens if someone can't make a session?
Okay. So yep, that's great. So if you can't make it, so preferably it'd be best if you can give a day in advance. If obviously stuff happens, and if it happens, if you can't make it, right before a session or whatever, that's fine. But it's best if you can let me know as soon as possible that you won't be able to make it. At this point in time, we have 4 players, and that I can run with 3. 2 might be a little bit difficult. If you're not there for a session,
We probably should call it off, right?
Yeah, exactly. If it's more, yeah, exactly. If more than one person can't make it, then we'll just postpone until the next session. Because I don't, it's balance wise and story wise, it's I can have a character that I can, especially because of the setting, it's relatively easy to have a character disappear for a few hours or whatever in game time, and then just mysteriously turn back up. So if that's needed, there's also other tools at the disposal. Other things we can use for characters. If your character, if you're not going to be able to make it, one thing it's possible is like your character we call it getting moved to the background or moving to the background, and it's your character's always there. You never your character is actually there, but can't actually actively participate in the session because the player's not there. So you never miss out. So the character doesn't miss out on anything, technically story-wise, experience-wise, all that. But they weren't actually physically there. They weren't actually able to do anything. So
the session be recorded or whatever. So like, let's say I couldn't make it with that, but I could at least watch the video so I can catch up where we're at and what I missed.
I wasn't planning on recording sessions. I don't really have it set up to do that. Although if everyone's okay with it, we can do that, and I get that set up. We can work on that, and yeah, and
I mean, it's just like I know I can't make it, and I know you guys are going to play, and you have my character move more to just following the party around, but not really participating. Or even if he falls into a trap and gets stuck for that particular session, like so and so will work for this session, working his way out of the trap. But I'm like, at least I can watch it later on and know what's going on.
Yeah.
What I missed or what's going on with the storyline. I mean, maybe we don't have to record every session, but maybe anytime a character is missing or a person can't make it, recording it would be nice.
Yeah. I mean, if everyone's fine with that, I'm totally cool with that. I don't currently have set up to do that, but I can absolutely get it set up. Or if someone has the ability to do that and they want to take on that responsibility, that'd be totally fine too. But otherwise, like, yeah, if everyone's cool with that, I'll figure out getting that set up, and that's no problem.
Yeah, I would love to have it recorded just as a memento. It'd be awesome, and then we could look back at it. That'd be cool.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I will. Does anyone have any experience doing that? Does anyone have a setup to record like audio and like screen and stuff like that?
Oh, you're right. Because if Jack records his side, he's going to get his GM view, which I see all
exactly.
individual views.
Yeah, so that's why it's like if I can definitely I have a program I used to use. I haven't used it in a long time called Capture. Not Capture. I think it was called Capture. I forget. I think it's called Capture, and I think I can use that, and it will allow me. I can set it up so that I can stream a version of the board that won't be giving away, all the details. I can get that set up. So if I need to, yeah, and if that's what we want to do, like, I'll totally do it. Because there's a module I can get installed that will allow me to basically run. It's literally set up for people who want to stream their games on like Twitch or whatever, and so I can just do that and then have it set up so we can record, for ourselves. So I can get that set up. And since I got 2 weeks, I should have no problem getting that put together.
Okay. I mean, in general, we should all make it a point not to miss a game, but at least there's a contingency. I mean,
yeah,
I would hate like if it came up in my personal life that something you guys couldn't enjoy, but I agree that if 2 or more people disappear, then we should, reschedule.
Yeah. Okay, good. So yeah. All right. So yeah. So as long as we've got 3, we'll play. But yeah, 2 or more, we will have to. It's just best to reschedule. It really just is. And once again, the more time you can give us, if you can't make it, the better. Like I said, obviously we know like things in life come up. So, if you have to, you have to be like all of us in the last minute, you can't make it. Like that just is what it is. But, if possible, much time, let us know.
Great.
And
then
okay. Yep.
Last question. How do you handle conflicts between the players, right? So, for example, I'm thinking of decisions that affect the whole party. So, maybe Paul is like, "Hey, John, let's go to this room on the left," and Carl's like, "No, I want to go with Hoffa to the room to the right," and we can't agree upon. We don't want to split up either. Or do you see that some groups do split up? What do you think?
So sometimes, so it is considered. It is a common RPG what is it, cliche. You never split the party. That being said, I have absolutely run games where players have split the party. And it can have you can have chaotic experiences with it, or nothing can happen. Like you can split the party and it can end up working out. I do suggest that as a group you work through and talk out anything if your characters, and also if your characters, like if a character wants to go this way, the other character wants to go this way, work that out. The characters work that out. If it comes to the point where the character's like, I just want to go this way, and the character goes that way, and they split up, then my opinion is usually, as long as everyone's still having fun, like as long as it's not coming out of the game and it's causing people to not have fun, that's a different thing for me, as if characters are having conflict, but everyone's still cool that everyone's having fun with the game, that's great. If that conflict boils over out of the game into player conflict, then it becomes a problem. Then, we need to stop and discuss, and figure out, what's going on. How do we move forward and resolve this issue? But if it's in game and it's character stuff, then, I try to let that play out by the players working that out in game. That it may end up coming that if the characters aren't working out, then I've created NPCs, or I've had NPCs that will like come in and like act as a mediator between them and stuff like that. So the idea really is just kind of work with what's happening in the game. As long as it's staying in game, everyone's having fun and just playing, then I'm gonna try and do and work with the scene and how it's being built by the players.
That's great. That's awesome. I could love seeing Lord Bio's mom NPC comes in and scolds Lord Bio for not listening to the party.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's funny. Cool. Thanks.
Is there anything else? Any other questions? Okay. Doesn't sound like it, so.
Cool. Jack, thank you very much. Cool. This was awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah. Thank you, Jack.
Really excited to get this started. So we our first session 1, which will be $15 per player. Starts on the 13th. I will, as far as payment goes, I was figuring, I don't know if everyone has access to Zelle, but Zelle works for me, PayPal, but we can also work out other arrangements if it needs to. We'll discuss, work out discussing that.
Do you have Venmo?
I do not have Venmo, but I can get it. I think
that's okay. It's okay. I probably do a Zelle for you.
Yeah, Zelle. Yeah, Zelle is preferred, but Zelle is preferred. PayPal is my second.
Can I mail you a check? I'm just kidding. Old school.
That's like, if that's what you gotta do.
Technically, but who mails a check nowadays?
So our characters, is it kind of permanent, or within the next 2 weeks, if we kind of want to go back through our characters and change some stuff, are we allowed to do that, or nah? It's kind of important.
If you want to make big changes, we're not technically set in stone here. Until the first session, I've always maintained a policy of allowing players, and even after the first session, like if players want to change, but that requires that after the first session, if you don't like the character, it's basically like I allow moderate changes, like that. But if you just don't like the character, then we can build a new character, but that's a separate thing. But up until the first session, if you want to make changes, absolutely. Just make sure, you let me know and we get that all imported. And also, it would be a good idea if you're going to make changes to your character, you also let the other players know, because once again, since we all sat here and worked to kind of make sure everyone's characters more or less are overlapping. You just want to make sure you don't make any big changes that will then overlap with someone, right? So that would be my only thing. If you're going to make any changes, just make sure you're talking with the other players as well, to make sure you're not stepping on anyone's toes.
Does anyone want to change their character? I know for mine, I think I put too much into strength, which is not needed for a cleric healer. I don't want to be a war priest or anything, so I'm probably gonna. But by going through this process, it allowed me to know how the process works now, the character creation, so it'll be much smoother. So I know I'll do some minor changes or maybe major changes, but I'll still be a cleric healer. Everyone else, are you guys kind of happy?
More wisdom allows you to cast more spells.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Are you guys happy with your
I'm
performance?
okay with you respecting your character a little bit. I mean, you're not going to change their basic personality or anything, so you're just trying to more optimize it for a better cleric, right? So that's fine.
Yeah.
I do have a question about in-game, though. Like, are our characters, like you said, we're part of like a mercenary party, whatever.
Yeah.
Do we know each other, or is like we've been doing this for years together, or did we all four get pulled in randomly by Ravenclaw?
Okay, so the specifics in there will be up to you guys. As of the beginning of the adventure, you are working together. So you are together when we begin. Now, if you've been together for years or you were literally just thrown together tonight, that's up to you. You guys can work that out for your own backstories.
Yeah,
but you are
character loyalty, right? Like, how loyal am I to my party,
Exactly. Yeah. That's entirely up to you guys to work that out. And now I would spend some time now if you want to discuss that. Do you want to all know each other and be loyal to each other, know each other, or do you want it to, like I said, or were you just literally you all four received this contract, and you're working together for the first time, it's up to you. Or maybe some of you know each other and some of you don't. Like, it's entirely possible that a couple of you have been working together for years, and the other two are just came along. That's entirely up to you guys to work out. How you want that and that your backgrounds, how far in your background you want to know each other.
Are any of you planning on doing anything duplicitous?
Well,
I don't know. What do you guys want to do in terms of our
Paladin,
character
Yeah.
You're a paladin. I don't know. I would probably, my choice would be like, we are an adventuring party, but we've probably done 3 or 4 or 5 missions in other worlds or realms together. So we've worked together. We have a general trust of each other, but we're not like crazy, not super loyal to each other. We're still building, that party dynamic, kind of like mid-level, party. Or what do you guys think?
That sounds good to me.
You're still level 1, but you are still level 1 party. But
we've done a few minor things or a few minor quests together, and there's been a few situations where you guys have had my back, so it's like I generally trust you, like a general trust of my party, like
So that means the
what do you guys
quests
think?
we've done, we didn't get any experience. So there must have been low level quests that didn't really.
That's what I was going to say. We have we're level 0. So.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. So
I think for this one, maybe because we're entirely in a different realm anyway, we got pulled from wherever we were at into this realm randomly by this minister, and now we have this mission to do.
Well,
we know each other.
Well, the world you're starting out in. The world you're starting out in is the world your characters are most likely from. You're starting out in the Forgotten Realms on Faerun. So your characters are likely from that world. You don't have to be, but most likely you are. Where the actual game, where in Barovia, we're going to actually be playing, or you're going to be transported to, that's actually going to happen during the first session. So your character's actually starting in a world and probably the world you're from. So just to clarify that.
Okay, well, we got to think about it as something that, because we're all level 0, so we got to think about
level 1. You're level 1, but you're level 1, not 0. But yeah.
Level 1, like we're like beginners. So either
right, exactly.
we're in a school together, or we I don't know, like
a level one adventurer. Just to make sure you're right. So a level one adventurer is technically a little bit like, so you are inexperienced. It's true that you are inexperienced, but as a level one adventurer, you aren't necessarily like you're out of training. You're no longer training, right? You think of it like you have your college degree, but you haven't yet gotten a job or anything like that. You haven't yet really applied it to anything, but you have all your training. That's kind of what the idea with a level one
we're
character
a step above
is.
like regular civilians or whatever.
Exactly.
That maybe we all trained together, or we all went through the same basic training and in school type thing. We're still level one, but we've all worked together in some like in school or something like that. University, something, I don't know. Or the Adventurers Guild. I don't know. Is there an Adventurers Guild?
I mean, absolutely. And in fact, that's probably like I said, as mercenaries. I said mercenaries, but like just general adventurers for hire. And yeah, the event if you're a part of you could just be part of the Adventurers Guild. As that's likely where you were. And there's not like there's a few things that are kind of like Adventurers Guild in the lore for Forgotten Realms. I don't think there's anything just called the Adventurers Guild. But like as far as like for the game, like we could just have it be where you guys are members of this guild, and this is the mission they sent you on. With that, if that's what we want to do to help.
I mean, we could all have our own. We could all have our own reasoning to accepting this.
Yeah.
This mission, and then we just kind of like came together, and we'll talk about why we're doing this.
Exactly.
Because my guy's 399 years old, so So I don't know.
Is he really? I mean, I like the idea of an adventurer setting us out. Like, we have a general trust of each other because we're all part of the Adventurers Guild. Kind of like a cop being paired with a partner. You're both cops, and you're both gonna put your life on the line, and you're going to have to trust your partner's got your back. But you haven't worked with. You've both gone through the basic training. You've gone through police academy. You're both police officers, but you've been paired together, and now you're going out in the field. You're going to have to trust this guy, but do you really know him yet? So that would be a good base level of trust. We could be like Adventurers Guild. We've passed the basic training from Adventurers Guild. We've done the training, and now they've assigned us together to go do this quest.
Yeah.
So it's like, I trust you because the Adventurers Guild trusts you, but I don't know you yet, not personally.
I'm good with that.
That's a great setup. That's a really great setup.
Sounds good.
Yeah. That means so most likely you guys aren't likely to stab me in the back, but it's not guaranteed because I haven't worked with you yet, or I don't even know, are you the type of person who'll run off in the middle of a battle because you got scared? I don't know this yet, but I generally trust the guild wouldn't have sent you guys to me or me with you guys if one of us were, crap. I like that idea.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Everyone good with that?
Yeah, I think it sounds. I'm good with that. As about the other players?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
Good. Okay. Perfect. So yeah,
I can ask your character why after 300 years you finally decided to be an adventurer.
Right. Exactly. I'm already thinking about like a background for that.
Yeah, like what you were up to or what took you so long or whatever. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
So Jack, how do you handle breaks?
Okay, yeah. So we didn't. That's a good question. So it's going to be 4 hours. I usually like to have at least one mid-session break. But if people need additional breaks, then I would say just at my session, I think we'll just play that for those. If you need to stop or whatever, it's going to be, if we are going to play for like the full 4 hours, maybe we'll do like two. Maybe we'll have 2 planned breaks, and then if anyone needs an additional one, we do that. When I usually do a mid-session break, I usually do like 10-15 minutes.
Does it have to be 4 hours, Jack, or
it does not? It does
3 hours.
So it doesn't have to be 4 hours. That's the thing. We can definitely. So first of all, I also feel like 4 hours. 4 hours would be like the absolute maximum amount of time. I actually do think that depending on the situation, depending on the particular session, I would imagine that 3 hours, 3.5 hours is probably going to be where things are going to kind of sit, because after that, at least for me, and I know that for like when I don't do very many 4 hour sessions. I usually do like 3.5 is usually where the sessions I typically tend to run. And after that, I tend to start getting a little burnt out. So I try to like wrap things up.
I feel like to me 3 hours is really good. Like I don't know that we need 4 hours every single time.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it's going to be, and sometimes it might even be. I think 3 hours is kind of what 3 hours is what 3 hours of content is what I shoot for. And then if it's a little bit less or a little bit longer, my only thing is I feel like, if I'm totally fine if we want to say we're shooting for 3 hours. But I like the idea of saying 4 just because that gives us that little extra time in case you need it. But I mean, 3.5 hours is probably enough for what the amount of content we'll do in a general session would be my assumption.
Sure. I think so.
Yep. Sounds good.
One of the biggest problems I've had with D&D or this type of tabletop games is the sheer amount of time it takes everyone to make a decision or figure out their skills or their spells or for all of us to decide what we're going to do next. It drives me batty to be sitting there waiting, for a long time before we do the simplest of actions. So do you have any ways to more effectively combat that or set a time limit? Or, is there a way that we can not waste a lot of time making the simplest decisions and make me go batty and not want to play the game?
Understood. So to start with, I don't want to implement any time limits, but if it is dragging on, especially because of the new players, I don't want to initiate time limits because it's going to be learning stuff. But I do agree, and I absolutely feel you. When players are taking a long time to make a decision, and I'll admit that there's sometimes when we're going over the abilities and a thing like, oh crap, what am I going to do here? So it will spend a little time. So I try to think ahead, but sometimes the players throw a curveball and I'm like, oh wait, okay, now I gotta rethink entirely what I was gonna do. But I totally understand that sometimes I've had players, I love playing with them, but I've had some players who will just take a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes to decide to take a single action, and then they just decide to swing their sword, and it's like, okay, well, so it's that
might be everyone takes too long. I'm going to just go start swinging. Maybe I can do this spell, or maybe we can trip the enemy up with oil. At a certain point, I'm going to go nuts and just run in there and attack because I'm sick and tired of everyone deciding what combination of spells and gear we can use to take down said enemy. And I'm just I'm not wasting 5 minutes on every single action. It makes the game less fun for me.
Right.
My character is going to be impulsive in a certain way,
Okay. Yeah. And the character and by all means play the character as impulsive. If that gets as long as it's not breaking the fun entirely for other people, if that character is impulsive and is causing the party to be put into situations that their characters might not necessarily enjoy, but everyone is still otherwise happy, but the players are otherwise having fun with it, it's great. That's perfect.
I don't want to say I'm impulsive and dumb. I'm trying to I want to make sure that we all, we don't get stuck with indecision. Or there's also something sometimes somebody's just got to sit there and look through all the list of their skills or their spells. That's why I chose a character where I'd actually specifically chosen I wanted him to be more simple.
Yeah.
I didn't want him. I don't want 1,001 choices. Then because then you suddenly what. So I know John's got spells and Carl's got some spells, and I just want to see if there's a way. No, everyone's actually got spells besides me, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to say is there a way that we can become more familiar with our character or more familiar with the most common tactics or something that we can do to speed up gameplay?
I mean, getting to know your character, tactic, as far as like most specific tactics, like that's really dependent on how you built your character. You can go ahead and look up like online, suggested play styles for your class or whatever, like you definitely find theory crafters and people who will suggest or give you like ways that like help you understand how your abilities work, perhaps a little bit better. But just reading through everything, reading through all the feats you have, and understanding like if it says when it says like if you get a circumstance bonus, like a +2 circumstance bonus to when you make attack rolls with swords or whatever. Just being aware of what the different feats you have and what those give you. You don't necessarily have to know entirely what it entirely means, but if you at least know what's going to happen, then that way, when those situations come up, when he's like, I know I get circumstance bonus when I'm attacking. I know I'm better at attacking with swords. So, anytime I'm attacking with my swords, I know, I'm getting my circumstance bonus there. And I want to be using my sword because I get, +2 to that. So I want to be doing that as often as possible, stuff like that. So that just comes with like reading your abilities and also that'll come with playing. I don't expect any of you to understand or have a really good feel for your characters, even though you built them, like to have a really good feel for how everything's going to play out or play in a game or in a session because you haven't had a chance to really do that yet. And even when I build a new character, and I've been playing for 20 plus years, even when I build a new character and start a new game, I have in my head, when I built the character, how I expect it to play like that. But once the game starts and things are going to actually start playing the character, that's when I start to actually truly become the character and get into it and actually understand the character, how to play it, how to run it. That just comes with playing it. So a lot of that's just going to come as we go. Hope that answered you mostly.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I was just trying to.
Yeah,
I'm worried about the game in general because I get I hate.
No, I told
all that in between time.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
Just the game,
Yeah, we are a smaller group here, so there's only 4 of you. That'll hopefully help. There's some less opinions, and also when it comes to encounters and stuff like that, there's less people to get through, and so that also helps speed things up. If we do have to, if like for whatever reason it's just taking a really long time for people to select an ability or do something and it's just happening a lot, then I will implement a time limit, perhaps like a certain amount of time just to get to make a choice on what you're doing next. But I don't want to start off with that. Like I said, because a lot of new players and inexperienced, and brand new characters, just having that time to. I do expect the first session will probably be quite a bit of getting to know their characters and a lot of discussion and taking some time to choose. As long as it looks like people are getting to understand their characters and getting a better feel for playing, and we're not having those long decision making moments, then I don't want to implement a time limit, but I will if it becomes necessary to do so.
And I question about you as a general game master. Are you the type of game what's your general game master style? Are you more for the dungeon? Do you like to kill off your players? Do you like to throw curveballs at your players? Are you I've had one game master says, my goal is to kill my character to get the players. Yeah. I'm for the dungeon, But another one is more like, are you how helpful are you going to be, or advice or helpful? Yeah. Right. What's your style?
Right. So first of all, I try to be as open and offer as much to the players advice-wise as possible. Try to get players to understand the game. If there's things you don't know, I want to work and make sure that you can that's as fun for you to understand the game and play it as possible. As far as my overall style, I I like to focus on narrative and tactical combats. Those are the two things I enjoy the most. So I really do enjoy. That's one of the reasons why I like Pathfinder 2e so much, is because unlike D&D 5e, which I spent several years playing and do enjoy, and the overall like the system, but like it doesn't allow for very good tactical combat. Pathfinder, the combat in Pathfinder is just so much more tactical, has a lot more options and things for players to do. You know, in D&D 5e, almost all the time, you know, depending on your class, like if you're the fighter, you're going to be swinging your sword. You know, that's pretty much all you're going to be doing. You know, and in Pathfinder, there's so many other things you can do. Like, yes, you will still be swinging a sword a lot, but there's a lot of other things you can end up doing because the action economy in Pathfinder offers you so many different options to you. And with the way conditions work, makes it so that characters, there's this constant feeling of like, you know, characters getting hit by debuffs or getting buffed and stuff like that, which D&D doesn't have that real good feeling of. So I really like to have those tactical combat experiences where players can truly, like, you know,
we'll get bonus points for being more creative during our fights, huh?
Yes, and like, you know, like try and do everything. Use all the resources at your character's disposal, but also try and, you know, use the environment at your disposal too. Like, you know, those are always available or possibly there as an option. I want to, you know, if the players interact or want to try and interact with something, I am going to do whatever I can to engage them and make it a rewarding experience for them to have done that. I am not a big fan of I do not like TPKs. I don't like trying to kill my players. I prefer narrative. I prefer to tell stories in a way where as long as the players are making good decisions and their characters are working together, and generally working towards the goals that they've set or that the campaign has set, then they're going to succeed. You know, they're going to work for it. It's going to be tough. They're going to go through some hard challenges, and, you know, some of them are going to get severely injured, but very likely there's not going to be, you know, any deaths. You know, that won't happen, you know, because if players make very bad decisions, or if, you know, players aren't working together and they're, you know, doing things that are counter to, you know, the group, then, you know, it's very possible that, you know, bad things will happen to that character. And if the rest of the group, if the rest of the group they haven't had a good time with the rest of the group, then, you know, once again, all this, I couch this in, I want to make sure that these are characters. Like, the characters should be having bad times. The characters should be upset or, you know, or whatever. The players should always be having fun. Like, players should always be having fun during the game. And if that's not the case, then something needs to be changed. And that's how I feel as a DM. That's how I always feel. You know, if the players aren't having fun, something needs to change. The characters, you know, make the characters go through the ringer, but players always need to be having fun.
Sounds good.
And that does mean that if at a point you are not having fun, if you feel like you know, that, like you expressed, like if you're if we're just waiting around for a decision to be made, you know, that's making the game not fun for you, something needs to change. And that's why I say, if that's the case, we'll implement time limits, or we'll do whatever we need to do to alleviate that issue and make sure that you're having fun and that everyone is having fun at the game.
Okay, cool. Carl, John.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
This is great.
Okay.
Thank
Well,
you, Jack.
Very welcome. Thank you, everyone. If that's it, I think we're going to wrap that up here. We will meet again in 2 weeks. And just to clarify, we are meeting at 8:30 in 2 weeks on the 13th at 8:30, right?
Yep.
I am Putting that down, yeah.
Okay. So 8:30 on the 13th. Okay, perfect. If anyone else, if you have any additional questions, if you want to make any changes to your character, just go ahead, get a hold of me anytime before then, and we'll do that. I can work with you, in Discord or whatever. You can jump in here or just do messages, however, anytime.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Cool.
Have you read NPCs by Drew Hayes? Just personal question.
What was that? Sorry.
Have you read NPCs by Drew Hayes or listened to it? Do you read books or do you read lit RPG or listen to it on audiobooks?
I do listen to some. I listen to audiobooks occasionally. Not as much. I used to read like novels. I used to read novels a lot. I actually don't read novels much anymore. I do listen occasionally to audiobooks. Most of my time I'm now doing my own writing, and so I've kind of neglected to. For some reason, I just don't read novels much the way I used to. But I don't have. But to answer that question, it's called NPC, non-player character.
NPCs, yeah.
Okay.
It's written by Drew Hayes, one of my favorite authors, but it's about like characters in a D&D type world,
Okay.
But it actually is cool because it's the real world, but there's a dungeon master. Yeah, it's like what happens if your characters are that you're playing, the world you create and the characters you're playing. What happens if they continue on even after the players aren't there?
Yeah.
So it's very cool because I was wondering if you'd read it because I think you'd probably enjoy it.
Yeah, no,
I know I did.
Sounds really cool. I have not heard of it, but I will look into. I'm actually going to add that. I had a note here. Take a look at that.
Carl and I both love the book. John's reading or listening to it right now, so I was like, I almost wanted to roll a half-orc bartender. It's a character from the book. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like this D&D, this dungeon master. It starts out with a dungeon master who's running it. He's running a game, and his four characters are level 1. They're just beginning, and they walk into a bar or something like that, and they drink some alcohol, and then they discover that some food that they'd eaten in the forest, and it's like you didn't think that everyone was starving, and you rolled a 1 to find food, and you found mushrooms, and you didn't think it was weird to eat those mushrooms. Turns out the mushrooms have a very bad reaction with alcohol, and the 4 characters die immediately in the bar. And then it goes on to here's the characters, the NPCs that are in the bar. They see 4 characters walk in, have a drink, and just die. And now they're like, why did these people just die?
Nice.
So
okay, I'm gonna add this. I've adding this to my Kindle right now. Actually, it's been like I said, I don't read novels much anymore. Occasionally, I still do, but it's like I'm mostly reading RPG books and doing my own writing for my own games and stuff at this point. So.
Yeah, as a DM, you've probably written a lot of stuff.
Yep. Writing. I'm actually working on a handful of other. Stuff at the moment, and also obviously for this game is since this is a pre-built module. It's pre-built for D&D. So all I'm really doing for it is I'm converting it to Pathfinder. So all the creatures and equipment and stuff like that. I have to do the Pathfinder equivalents or come up with different.
Oh, this
options.
is a D&D module.
Yes.
Adapted for Pathfinder.
Yep.
I thought this was a Pathfinder module.
Yeah. No. This is actually for Dungeons & Dragons originally. It was written for D&D 5e. I really like the setting in the story, but like I said, like I just Pathfinder as far as a system goes, Pathfinder it's just grown on me so much. I much prefer it. And I used to love 5e. I played 5e since it came out in 2014, right up until 2022. So played that for a lot of years, and a lot of sessions for it. But Wizards made some business decisions that I wasn't very happy with, and so that kind of turned me away. It kind of soured me on it. And then I started looking at other systems more in depth. I'd always played other games. D&D was always the main game I played, but I had played other systems prior. As well, but I really started to actually look for other systems really in depth after that, and that's when I settled on Pathfinder as my main like D&D replacement. I actually, personally, as far as settings go, and like themes, I actually more prefer sci-fi. So I've actually been gravitating, towards running Lancer, which is a game with where you're mech pilots, and you get to build, you get to actually custom build and pilot your own mechs, and another game called Cyberpunk Red, which is I don't know if you've heard of the game Cyberpunk 2077. But Cyberpunk Red that's that universe. It's a sci-fi universe where everyone augments their bodies by putting in cybernetic enhancements, like having swords that pop out of their arms or guns that pop out of their arms, and they go straight into computers, that connect to computers, and like enter into the digital world. Shadowrun is just like that. It's similar. Shadowrun is actually is fantasy, is cyberpunk fantasy. So it combines that sci-fi element with all the modifications, stuff like that. But then it also adds in elves and dwarves and like spells. So it's the tech and it's like the technology and the fantasy stuff combined in Shadowrun. Cyberpunk Red, or the Cyberpunk universe, doesn't have the fantasy stuff. It just has the technology. Shadowrun's the same kind of thing. I like Shadowrun too. The Shadowrun games I love, like Shadowrun Returns. The video games are fantastic. I've never actually played a tabletop Shadowrun game.
I haven't either.
But okay. There's nothing else. I think I'm going to stand up and go get out of here for now. Does anyone else have anything else they want to discuss?
Sure.
Okay.
We're good.
Cool. Okay. So then thanks for coming, everyone. This was fantastic. I'm really looking forward to the start of this game. So we'll see you all. I will talk to you all on the 13th.
See you.
Great. Catch you.
Good night.
See you.